There is no, there is.
Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, let us know if you can hear us in the chat, guys. Appreciate it. Test. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, perfect. Test. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Oh yeah, that's much better. Go ahead.
Wait, is that better?
Oh, that's much better.
Is that much better?
Yeah, you can see the sound bar? There we go. I like to move it. Shout out to Julian. Perfect. As men, we have to build value. Women, they just have to preserve it.
That's not alpha, bro!
Dude, what is this, 2005?
Money and looks can get you in the door, but game is what keeps you on our mind. She's not your co-pilot, she's your flight attendant.
Wait a minute. You actually thought you were the only guy she was fucking?
But she told me she loved me.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 821st edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity and misogyny. It is Wednesday, January 12th of 2022. It is good to have you guys in this afternoon/evening. As always, we are streaming live to mgtow.tv, blankosphere.tv. Let's see, where else are we streaming to? We're streaming on my backup YouTube channel, as well as my main YouTube channel, and of course, in crystal clear, high-resolution 4K to SharpStream, which you can download right now. At, there we go, at sharpstream.com. Is that better?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. You can download this for Android or iOS. This is the SharpStream app. So however you are watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharp Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Shout out to my snipers on the Sharp streams. Actually, you know what? Announcement first. Be sure to get your hands on my newest free ebook, 14 questions she'll ask on the first date, and how to correctly respond. It is absolutely free. Just go to donovansharp.com/newsletter, plug in your very best email, and the book is yours. Guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. When you subscribe, hit the bell. When you hit the bell, go down and click all. so that you are notified every time I go live on YouTube. If you want to be notified every time I go live, period, and you don't really trust YouTube's notifications, that is where the SharpStream mobile app will come in handy. Also, you can enable desktop notifications on donovansharp.com. So go to donovansharp.com, enable desktop notifications, download the SharpStream app, enable notifications there as well, and you will never, ever, ever be in the dark about when and where I go live. Guys, if you want access to my premium content, go to patreon.com/donovansharp or sharpstream.com. As a patron or SharpStream member, you will get access to my past shows, the archive from episode 1, Sharp Shorts, Ask Donovan Q&A, and today we'll be doing Ask Devin Q&A. Weekend webinars, the Sunday Zoom call, and the Sunday Zoom calls are awesome, guys. They really, really are. Videos banned from multiple platforms, access to SharpStream, huge discounts on courses, and much, much more. Head on over to patreon.com/donovansharp today or sharpstream.com to become a member. Shout out to my guys over on the SharpStream side, the Sniper Crew, Dre Raven, Hellfong, Mr. E1976, JBlaze11, Sirius, Jonathan Vasquez, and Ninja Watcher for Life. Shout out to my sharpshooters over on the YouTube side. Looks like Dre Raven is double dipping. DJ Berserk is in the house. Alpha Male is in the house as well. Welcome. Andrew JP34. Good to see you in here. Who else have we got? King Life, as always, in the house. Shout out to Viking Paradigm with the $20 super chat. Says, the 1993 former Black Panther turned preacher warned me about men like Mr. Shabazz. Told me men like him had been tricked into buying the same crap the Klan teaches. He was 1,000% right. Resist the victim and mind shackles men 100. Of course, shout out to Grindr with the $2 super chat. As always, I am joined by the lovely and talented Devin. Dev, how you doing today?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good, doing real good. So you haven't been really feeling too good these last couple days. How you feeling now?
Just a little run down. I think I'm doing better.
You sure about that?
Fake it till you make it. So, yes, I'm feeling great.
So you're lying to me.
No, I'm not lying to you.
Hold up.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Nah,
Dev.
I'm doing all right.
Good.
I got a nap in, so.
Good. Yes. That is one of the great many things that I love about working for myself is that we get to take naps. So later on in the show, we are going to get to the Kevin Samuels video, part 6, entitled "This a Man's World." More entertainment. To be sure. I gotta straighten out your camera. Read out some of the comments, Dev, while I straighten out your camera. Read. Read! Are you in the middle? Gotta make sure you're in the middle. There we go.
Sorry, I was a little unprepared for that.
All right, well, Dev clearly is not as good at this
No.
as I am. But
Never claimed to be.
It is what it is. Now I've got it too far the other way. All right, let's try this again. You were too funny.
Help.
All right. There we go. Okay, that looks a little bit better, even though you do look like you're half blue. And I did a bad job with that sound panel behind you. Jesus Christ. Eesh. See how crooked it is? Ah, well, it doesn't matter. Thomas Brown on the YouTube site says, "What's up, Donovan? Love listening to the jewels you stay dropping daily." Yeah, guys, be sure to, tomorrow, I will have Just Pearly Things on the program at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be joined by Pearl Davis at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, my female panel show, Not All Women, will be premiering this weekend. I will have 100% a start day and a start time. We're going to do it at the same day and time every week. On the panel is going to be myself, the lovely and talented Devin. It'll be Pearl, Janelle, Allie, and Tallulah. So tomorrow I will have Pearl on the program. I'll actually have Tallulah, Pearl, and Allie tomorrow. I have all of my shows with them tomorrow, and then of course we will have the weekly panel show. So we're gonna play a new game today. entitled Ask Devin. So a bunch of you guys have sent me a bunch of questions on Instagram as well as Facebook, wanting to know, just personal things. And, listen, I put the word out there. I said, hey, if you guys are interested in asking questions about me and Dev, what our relationship is like, et cetera, and I actually did this a long time ago, but I recently, just because I never checked my DMs. But so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. So Devin is on the spot. She has no idea. If you were paying attention, the questions are actually right over here.
I'm not paying attention.
She's not paying attention. All right. So, oh, wow. We're getting off to a fast start. So question number 1, Dev, and I'm not going to answer any of these. I'm going to let you tell it.
Okay.
So who really runs the podcast, you or Donovan? I imagine they're probably asking because I tell everyone that you run all the back end stuff. And I think Heather has told me that there are some people who say, yeah, Devin runs everything on TSR Live. He said it himself.
I'm pretty sure about 3 minutes ago we all realized that I am not capable of running a podcast. So, yeah, no. I am not responsible for any of the content. I just...
you just work here.
I'm a supporting role, yeah.
What do you do? What is your supporting role? I mean, because I tell people that you handle all the back end stuff, but what do you do on a daily basis?
I update the websites, all 3 of them. We have TSRacademy.com, which is all your books and courses. We have Sharpstream, which is all your videos.
Go ahead.
Sure.
I'm
What are you pointing at?
I'm trying to change the color. There we go. See, there we go. See? Hey, how about that?
All right. And then we have DonovanSharp.com, which is all your video clips, the shorter videos and stuff that go from YouTube. So, just try to make sure everything is running. I optimize all the videos that we do on YouTube, either the uploads or the live streams, and just make sure that new people can find you. And that the products that we do sell are working. And,
yeah.
And people are getting value and stuff. So then I also run the app and put out all the notifications, whether you get the browser notifications, the text, we don't do text messages anymore. The push notifications via the app.
Okay.
And the Patreon notifications. I also help run your Patreon with Heather. So, yeah. Just try to make sure that everyone who signs up for Patreon is active on Sharpstream, and just make sure everything is working and talking to each other. Also do all the emails. Create email workflows, and a lot of the stuff is automated. So if you think that we're having bad timing, I had someone complain that we emailed them on Christmas Day.
Oops.
It wasn't. I'm not sitting here shooting out emails on Christmas Day. It's just part of the automation.
Look, there are worse things to deal with than getting an email on Christmas
timing,
Day.
is it runs on a schedule. It's not up to me.
So you're not spamming them on purpose? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's on a time delay thing, so it's all automated. So just trying to make sure the ship runs, and Good.
Yeah, you do an awful lot for the podcast, and you're big into, obviously, SEO very, very well.
Yeah.
As briefly as you can, talk about your experience in the search engine optimization, because I call you an expert all the time. People may doubt that, but clearly that's not the case, because this is something you love doing.
Without going into too much detail, I've been doing SEO since 98.
Okay.
98, 99 is when I first started working for internet companies. Kind of learned HTML from a book. The guys that I was working with thought it'd be funny if they gave me a book and thought of see if you can learn it. And I did, with the help of a lot of the people in the web design department, going to how do I
right.
Strategy for learning. But also picked up a lot of Photoshop because I had to create a lot of my own marketing materials. And over the years, I've really gotten into marketing technology as far as understanding Google Analytics, running Facebook, Google, ad campaigns. Like I said, email automations, making sure systems talk to each other, using programs like Zapier so that if you sign up, if your information goes into one part of the...
Okay, let's go ahead and put that to a stop here.
The
The point is that you really know your shit.
Yeah.
And I knew you were just going to go on and on and on.
Yeah,
but
I could talk about that. I've written over like 100 articles about marketing over the years. And,
there you go.
Spoken at conferences and things like that.
See? So, Dev is very qualified to do what she does. Question number 2. Does he really make you wear lingerie every time you have sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I think that's
actually right now you have, I think, 4 or 5 outfits lined up, and you're like, which whenever you want, just let me know. So
Yep.
the ball's in my court lately. So
Yep. So
I
what?
get to go ahead.
So what happens? What I did is I just laid out 3 or 4 outfits for Dev, and listen, whenever she wants to get down, she knows what to do. I give her the tools, she takes advantage of it. So we're trying something.
Yeah,
A
the
little
laundry
bit
is the easy part. It's make sure your hair's done, the makeup's on point.
That's
You
right.
remember the choker, the anklet, the earrings.
That's right.
There's a lot of little things. So it took a long time for me to get it all drilled into my head. So
Yeah, eventually you did get it though.
yeah, it's
which is good.
details,
Yep.
little details.
What's the most annoying trait Donovan has? I think I know what this one is.
Probably leaving things open.
Yeah, I leave cabinets open all the time.
The other
like
day, you
yeah.
left the car trunk open.
Yes.
So yeah.
Was that a bowling night?
Yeah.
Yeah. I left the So I left it open, and it was really cool.
I'm trying to remote start the car, and I realized the gate has been up all night. So,
Gotcha. Yeah, it is what it
so
is.
that was a new high for that one. Usually, it's the microwave door stays open.
Hashtag first world
Yeah.
problems. What does your family think of Donovan, and what does his family think of you? Okay. What does your family think of me?
My family doesn't really know you that well. But from what they know of, like, they can just see the end result. So I know my dad likes you a lot. My mom is like, if she's happy, I'm happy kind of thing.
Translation: she doesn't like me.
No, she likes you. I think she likes you. She's never said anything otherwise to me. My sister, she doesn't like anybody that's in my life. So, yeah. I mean, my brothers are the same as my mom. If she's happy, we're happy. So, yeah, I think that your family freaking loves me. So your sister's texting me.
Yeah.
Mom loves me. So yeah,
Yep.
we knocked it out of the park last Christmas with those Christmas gifts. So.
Right, and you have verified that my family is black.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Uh-huh,
All right.
all of them.
A lot of people think that I am mixed, and nope, both parents are black.
Nope, I've met all your siblings.
You have. You have. Yeah. So, all right. Next question. What's your working relationship like? That's interesting.
It's no different than our regular relationship,
Which is what?
which is you tell me what to do and I do it.
All right. Yeah. I mean, this is exactly what
The
we do.
dynamic doesn't change whether we're talking about things personal or things business, and that crosses over so much that it's good that there's not a line of demarcation there.
Right. Okay. Very good.
Okay.
If you're not married, why do you wear a wedding ring? That's a very good question.
Well, it's just a ring.
Yes, but you wear it on your ring finger.
Yes, I do. I got it off Amazon
Why do you wear it?
for like $30.
Okay, so
It looks
why do you
nice
wear it?
though. I wear it because once you hit a certain age, people will look at you funny if you don't, if you're not married, especially like if you're over 30. It also tells the world that I'm taken. So if anyone gets a weird idea of approaching me, it's kind of like a way to say, hey, not available. I know. I have a lot of girlfriends in South Florida who do it just to keep guys away.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, you get, you're as a grown woman, you're treated with a lot more respect if people have the impression that you're married.
Really?
So,
No, I did not know.
oh yeah, other women will look. It's more for other women than dealing
No
with men.
shit. No,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
Huh.
if I
Wow.
for example, if I walk into a car dealership to lease a new car or do a change
yeah. Like we did. Yeah.
even if I'm just getting the car serviced, and I'm dealing with
A dude.
anybody. It doesn't
Okay.
matter if they're male or female. They take you more seriously if they know that there's a man behind the woman.
Huh. And the only real way to know that is the wedding
It's
ring.
the wedding ring, yeah.
I'm going to tell you what. I learned something. That's new to me. I did not realize that.
Yeah, I like all the YouTube videos that point at the ring on my finger.
Yes, they
and
really-
they're like,
they
she's
really-
not
she's
married. Why is she
totally
wearing a
married."
ring? It's all in the thumbnail.
Here's
like,
my favorite.
ridiculous.
If you're not married, why is your last name also Sharp?
Oh, that's a good one.
Jesus fucking Christ. Ay, ay, ay. Alpha male on the...
I've actually resorted to putting into like some of our YouTube descriptions
Jesus.
Donovan Sharp and Devin, so that people, But at this point, who cares?
I don't give a shit. Doesn't matter. Alpha male on the YouTube side says, Dev, do all of Donovan's family members have the voice of a radio personality?
Wow. I would say 2 or 3 do.
Really? Who else?
Your brother James.
Oh,
you
yeah.
sound a lot alike.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Yes.
And your sister Jennifer has a voice that, like, I don't know, she's like, I asked her, I'm like, are you a therapist or something? Like, the way that she talks to you is like, oh, she makes you feel good. So I would say that it's weird because everyone in your family is extremely talented and excels at whatever they choose to do. So, like one of your brothers is chef.
So I'll go ahead and go through this. Yes, I'm the oldest of 5. I probably have the least amount of talent, but I do this. My sister behind me, she owns a bakery. My brother behind her, he is a high school principal. He will probably be superintendent, I would say, in 10 years. The sister behind my middle brother, she designs. She has an online store. She's actually going to be doing like a brick and mortar store here pretty soon. Mm-hmm. She designs clothing. She makes purses. She's been to Fashion Week in Paris a bunch of times. She does that. And then my youngest brother is a professional chef. As a matter of fact, my youngest brother, and I don't want to give too many names here, there's a show on Fox called, Next Level Chef. And one of the chefs on Next Level Chef is Chef Blaze. My brother knows Chef Blaze very well. They're on a first name basis. They're on a text messaging basis. He used to work at for Chef Blaze at a restaurant in Atlanta called Dispense. And we went there. I think it was either Easter or Mother's Day, but we all got to meet Chef Blaze, and he comped all of our meals. So we're very like I said, I have the least amount of talent, but I talk for a living, and so listen, my brothers and sisters, me and my siblings are all we're all exceptional people by most standards. We're a very talented group of people. So. Yeah. Andrew JP34 says, what were your thoughts when you first met Donovan? Oh, that's interesting. Don't give away too much proprietary information here, but yeah, what were your thoughts?
I don't know if guys have this, this thing that happens, but like there's always someone in your family.
Why are you speaking so quiet?
I don't know, but there's always someone in your family who can make you feel like really small or inferior, like if you mess up.
Yes. Oh, that's me?
Well, that was my first thought was, I don't want to get that feeling from this guy because I know you'd give it to me if I earned it. You know
it.
Like, so it's like best behavior kind of thing.
Yeah, I just remember how you tell me all the time, you make me feel small because I'm a big guy.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Yep. Remember when I put my fist up to your face, be like, you know what, I could.
That was like one of the first things that you did. I'm kind of like, oh my goodness, what is happening?
I mean, I'm not
You're
saying
like, I could crush your face, and I'm like,
not. I did not. Allegedly, I said I would allegedly. Jesus Christ, you're gonna get us fucking booted off YouTube.
It was a size. It was a size comparison. It wasn't a threat.
Allegedly. I'm not admitting or denying that. Next question. Do you still give Donovan access to your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny, you leave it home a lot.
I actually left it downstairs.
Dude, I mean, it's interesting. Neither her or I are always on our phones. Wasn't it yesterday you were like, hey, your phone's down here? I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. No, I mean, you have a couple ways to access my phone.
When I do.
Whether you do or not, it's not my business, but it's my business to make sure that information is available to you.
Now, why is it important? Now, in your own words, I know a lot of people, oh my God, Donovan has access to your phone. Talk to the ladies who say he is controlling and possessive.
Well, I mean, define access, because if we're talking about physical access, yes. Do I lock my phone? No. Do I take my phone with me to the bathroom? No.
No?
It's kind of weird.
Why? Why don't you do those things?
Honestly, like, it's because I don't want you to think I'm doing something. Because
Wait, you're doing something?
yeah, I'm doing something.
I knew it.
I mean, there's a couple things that I've actually, and a lot of this was my idea in the first place
That's
too,
right.
because I wanted to build trust and say, hey, I'm not hiding anything. Here, like we have an app where you can see wherever I am. Mm-hmm. It's like a location tracker, but also helps me check in when I check into a spot. When I get to a spot, I'll check in, ding,
Yep.
and I'll let them know, ding, she's here.
OMG, you're a slave, Devin.
And I also have a couple different things for my different devices. One of them will monitor my laptop. It'll just save screenshots like randomly.
Yeah, sure. And then I have team viewer access and all that good stuff.
Yeah. And then I have another one that sends like a report, to your email.
Yep.
So if it's from the iPad or the iPhone, which is really, I use the iPad. I play like Candy Crush type games. I don't really type on it, so
Sure.
there's not a lot to report there. But yeah, I mean, mine is, it doesn't restrict me from doing anything other than maybe Christmas shopping, if I don't want you to see what I'm looking at.
Or hiding your side, dude. You're the side nigga.
Yeah, that wouldn't even be halfway worth the trouble.
Hey, like I said, man, if you ever do decide to cheat, that nigga better be worth it. That's all I'm saying. Grinder, $5 super chat says that's how you live your best life. RPAP on the Sharpstream site says I used to wear a wedding band at interviews because employers look more favorably on hiring a married man because they assume that means you're responsible. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it shows stability as well.
Huh, very good. Okay, next question. We got a few more of these. Ooh, what is one thing you would change about Donovan? Oh boy. Where does she start? Where does she start?
I think that I would wish that you were a little bit more affectionate and like open with your feelings. Not all the time, because all the time is weird. But, like sometimes you have to be like 2 sheets to the wind and halfway through a bottle of whiskey to just start love bombing me. So, but no, I like a little PDA every now and then.
Yeah, I'm just really not. Yeah, dude, like 5 or 6 shots in, man, I'm like, I love you too, man.
I love you. It's cute, but it's also like, I love you too, honey. Like, oh God, go to sleep.
Go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah.
Go the fuck to sleep. Let's see. What do you say to all the people who, quote, feel sorry for you? Oh, this is funny.
They feel sorry for me?
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, I feel so sorry for Devin. She's in this relationship with this tyrant who just keeps her in a cage.
Man, I've never been happier in my life, so I don't know what they're pitying. They can
Like,
say they're pity for themselves.
You said you've never, why are you, again, I'm not feeding you this stuff, but talk to the women. Why are you happier than you've ever been in your life if you're under lock and key?
I can take naps.
Yeah, that is nice, isn't it?
It is. It's wonderful. Yeah, man, I'm in the best shape I think I've been in 25 years. I mean, I look great. I feel great. I'm healthy. The bills are paid. I don't have the stresses that I once had, and I'm also learning how to be a better partner, better in a relationship, and just a better person pretty much all the way around. I've never been more confident in my life as well. So, just the fact that I'm on the camera says a lot about that because...
You're a woman. You're self-conscious. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, good. Good stuff. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. What aspects about the RP do you disagree with? That's interesting.
The whole... I don't know if I want to...
Go ahead. Just be honest. Just be honest. It is what it is.
The whole, women cheat, men exercise
I knew it.
options.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. No, you're not supposed to be okay with that. Why are you not okay with that?
I mean, I feel... I'm going to say it. I feel like...
Merch.
No matter what you call it, whether it's cheating or exercising options or whatever, it doesn't change the fact that it's really harmful to intimate, romantic, and loving relationships.
Of course.
Whether you get caught, don't get caught, everything has a cost in the end. So
That's true. That's very, very true.
It may be easier for men. They don't have the emotional attachment to it, but it does hurt both parties. So I don't
Okay,
know.
all right. That sounded more like a warning than an answer.
No,
Ah!
it doesn't. I would never warn you about anything. Ay, ay, ay.
Next question. WTY?
Why do you? What?
What do you think when he's... Oh, I guess this was a typo. What do you think when he says, quote, she needs me more than I need her?
I'd say that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
I mean, I tell you all the time, like, I'd be a mess if I never met you.
Yeah, I think that question was probably designed to maybe for you get into your feels. Oh, he needs me more than I need him.
Oh, I mean, here, let's put this in context. Do you need me to make you food more than I need you? Yes. I mean, need? I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean,
Gotcha.
yeah, I need you. I need you to pay the rent on time. every
Real
month.
talk. Real talk. See, I
know?
told you she was a gold digger. See, they're going to call me a trick.
No, I need you to
Don't
tell me.
pay for it.
I need you to tell me, hey, it's bedtime. Let's go. So I'm not
and I do that
I'm not overtired all the time.
Yes, every fucking night. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, it's time for bed, and you don't fight me on that.
I've been really, really good this past year about that. It's like, oh, a lot of times I'll go to bed before you go to bed. So.
But now you're going up before me.
Yep.
All right, good stuff. Oh, this is interesting. Have you ever thought about leaving?
I have not.
Good answer.
No. I think the worst thoughts along those lines have been, what would I have to do to keep living if he left me? Not
Right.
keep living, like, obviously I'm going to keep living.
Sure.
But, what would my life look like without him in it?
Well, listen, I've told you that at this point you've done enough. Just now, here's the thing. If I decide to, because I've thought about leaving before plenty of times. That's just how this is. That doesn't mean I love you any less, but it is what it is. I'm just being honest. But I've told you several times, hey, if I decide to up and leave, I'll make sure you're taken care of financially for the next year or so. That's if I decide to leave. Now, if I find out you're fucking somebody else, guess what? You on your own. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, there are no guarantees in life one way or the other.
No, there's not. So yeah. Like, if I handed you $50,000 and be like, all right, Dev, I'm out of here, what would you do?
It's like, what would I do? I'd be devastated. I'd rather be like, here, keep the money and stay. Like, this isn't going to work for me.
What, 100K?
What are you trying to do? Trying to get my price?
500. This is great.
I'd rather be broken with you than do all
good
alone.
God, here we go. All right, well, I appreciate that. Next question. Is Donovan the same off camera?
Yes. If anything, worse.
Oh, shit, man. Yes. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, a lot of guys, a lot of people in this space are not the same people off camera. I'm confident in saying that that's probably not the case.
I think if anything, you tone it down for the camera.
Yeah, of course I do.
But I mean, you're not like some crazy, out of control tyrant, No, but you're very, very consistent.
How many holes have I put in the wall since we've been here?
I don't know. Are you talking about little ones or big ones?
The big ones that we had to get patched up while we were,
4 or 5?
Yeah. So I broke the TV. Of course, I paid for that. Man, that shit sucked.
Been through about 8 desks.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this one's pretty sturdy.
I don't know. We'll see. 9 times the charm.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Oh, I guess this is a softball question. How is Donovan different from most guys you've dated? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
It's just the top 3 things, because, I mean, I don't know.
He doesn't waver his way or the highway. So get on his program or get on somebody else's.
What gives you that impression?
What?
What gives you that impression?
That's the way you've always been.
This is
the way
great.
you've always been.
Okay, second thing?
Second thing, I think, is that he's got this, like, indomitable spirit where no matter what happens, like, yeah, he'll get upset about it, but then he's always thinking about the next step, the next thing.
Yeah.
Where a lot of guys will wallow or feel like, or they'll take it personally. Like, life isn't always personal. Like, you just gotta roll with the punches and keep moving forward. What does Allie say? Forward moving energy.
Oh, that's Tallulah. Yeah,
Oh,
forward moving
Tallulah?
energy.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different too. And I think the third is like you are like, I've said this before, like a leader amongst men. Like people naturally gravitate towards you, and you're a natural leader. Like, hey, this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. You come in like and people you draw people together, and I think that's a really nice quality.
Cool. All right. Let's see if there's any more. All right. That is the first edition of Ask Dev. Boy, those are some pretty gauntlet laden questions. No, those are some toughies. Those are some toughies.
I
man.
like that they kept it clean though.
Yeah. You know how it goes. Let me see if there are a couple more that we forgot. JBlaze11 says, "Look at the bags Donovan bought." Yeah, he's talking about the 645cc.
Honey, they're not
bags.
that big.
Oh, they're what? Oh, I'm sorry, 545cc. So they weren't 645s?
No.
Oh, I thought they were 545s. I'll be goddamned. Alpha Male says, does Dev's family care that you're RP? Do they think you're toxic, sexist, or do they not care?
I'm too old for them to care.
Right, if you were half your age, they probably would, right?
I mean, I don't know. I've never, like, my family's not in my business, you know? I don't know if that's a white person thing or something, but just... Plus, I moved away, so it's not like that I'm around them a lot.
Nope. That's yep. Good stuff. Okay, well that was very informative. I learned something about the whole wedding ring thing. I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea that a wedding ring gives a woman more respect.
It's both a shield and a sword.
Ooh. Pardon me, a shield and a sword. Very, very profound. Okay, so the next segment of our of today's topic is Kevin Samuels. So Kevin Samuels, this is part 6 out of 7 of a sit down with the 4 Miami
Ladies.
hoes. Yes, ladies. When I say hoe, I mean Heaux. That's what that's the spelling.
That's a French hoe.
Yes, a French. Oh God, French hoes are the worst. Oh my God, dude, girls in France, girls in Paris, France. Oh my God, don't get me started. Okay,
I was thinking more like the French Quarter.
Oh no, I'm thinking of like old Paris, where they fuck in their socks and smoke on the toilet.
Oh God.
All right, let's do it.
The coin cannot stay like this. A decision has to be made.
In this moment.
I don't want to get the copyright. Here we go.
I mean, society says it's always goes to the mother.
And that is why you look at the data.
Okay, so what they're discussing here is the question in terms of when there's a decision that has to be made about a kid. And the closest example I can think of is when Olivia's here. Mm-hmm. Because when Olivia's here, it's almost like your mom, I'm dad, and she's the kid. That is a weird dynamic, isn't it? And I call all the shots. I say where we go, and when we go out for dinner, people assume that we're a family. But when there's an issue that needs to be taken care of, we both sort of consult. But in the end, I'm the one with the final say.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I defer to you.
Yeah.
Even if I've already made a decision or given an opinion, if yours is different, then we just I defer to you. I think that also shows, it teaches her how to respect, what respect looks like.
Yes, absolutely. Now, real quick, just in this same vein, a lot of people say, well, Devin is a slave. She just does whatever he says. She doesn't have any say in anything.
That's not true.
Okay. Why is that not true?
That's not true. I mean, there's a difference between, not having a voice. Well, let me put it this way. If a man needed your opinion every time he made a decision, he would ask.
That's right.
If he doesn't, then you're just being a nag. You're just trying to insert yourself as a way of expressing some kind of control or trying to dominate a situation. If something's important enough and I have a concern, hey babe, have you thought about this? There's a way to go about it. Or, hey, something's bothering me. and usually you're like, yeah, I already thought of that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't even need to worry about it.
Right.
You know, giving up things to worry about is very, very hard for women to learn how
Yes,
to do
it
because
is.
most women don't know how to trust men.
No, they do not.
They don't know how to trust anybody because they're taught their whole entire lives that they can't.
We're the boogeyman.
Yeah, well, no, that they can't trust anyone. They can only be there for themselves. The strong, independent woman it's actually very damaging to relationships beyond just, you know, her adopting masculine characteristics. It's
Okay.
saying, hey, like, I'm questioning you because I don't trust you to make a good decision on your own.
Okay, well said. Speaking of which,
The facts. Mother's intuition is to nurture.
That's all right.
Fathers is to discipline and instruct. This is why we are in such chaos right now,
Yeah.
because your nature is to soothe. Ours is to make sure that you can survive. And without hierarchy, you cannot have co-CEOs or co-presidents.
So the man is the president.
The man is the head, yes.
goddamn right.
Yeah.
And if you aren't picking a man that you respect enough, that's not the
I
man's
feel
problem.
like respecting and being told what to do.
See, it's only told what to.
Did you hear what she said? I feel like respecting and being told what to do. That's, you see, wait, so in order to be on a man's program, I got to be told what to do? Do you understand that mentality?
If it's a man you love and respect, you'll want to do
There
what
you
he
go.
tells you to do.
There it is, man. And what these women are talking about are just run-of-the-mill ass niggas. Well, of course they're not going to respect those guys because they don't really know them. But if you're with the right guy and he is a leader and you trust to judge his judgment, you will do what the fuck he tells you to do.
See, I want you. Hold on.
That's what I'm asking.
Okay. This has
I know
nothing.
that's not what you're saying. I'm asking the difference in between what I was trying to ask was like, I understand compromising that there has to be a lead. Like I know the man takes, he leads, he provides.
I got all that.
Right? But I was asking that sometimes it falls in between the line where men don't know how to like have a partnership or compromise to where it just becomes an ownership.
So now, so what do you have to say about
She
that?
just described herself.
Not only that, what she is saying is that she doesn't like, and what I got from that is that she doesn't like the fact that the man has the final say, and she's characterizing that as ownership. What do you think? Is that what you got from it?
I think that she feels like if she doesn't have the final say, then she's giving up control.
There you
and
go.
Being,
Wow, that's a good
being
point.
told what to do. I don't know. She doesn't know how to compromise. I think that's why she can't grasp this concept.
Wow. RPEPS on the Sharp Stream side says that they've all bought into that conditional femininity idea. Absolutely. Jay Blaze 11 on Sharp Stream says women are self-destructive by nature. Let's see. Oh, Jay Blaze also says submitting to a man's leadership is powerful. Sirius on Sharp Stream says I've noticed that women get mad being told what to do, even though what they're told to do is the right thing and saves them a mistake. This is just...
That's true.
That's incredible.
And their
Wow.
pride won't let them admit it.
Black Wolf Inc. on the on the YouTube side says we are not partners. That word partnership. Are we partners, do you think?
No.
No, seriously.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Why? Why aren't we partners?
Well, partnership indicates that two people have equal say,
There you
I
go.
think, or
Yep.
equal control. And I think that's a recipe for disaster.
Yep.
That would be like describing Democrats and Republicans as partners.
Oh, wow. Holy
Like that
God.
doesn't, you need the yin and the yang, but you don't need both at the same time.
Yep.
Otherwise you get nowhere. So
Totally agree.
yeah, you have your strengths, I have my weaknesses, and we complement one another. I think if anything, where I help you or I'm a helpmate, I'm not looking to take over any point in time, so yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
You don't want to take over the podcast right now?
Yeah, we saw how
TSR
that ended
Live
up.
with Devin?
Ugh.
Devin Sharp?
That's a
Yeah,
man
most
you
boring
picked.
show ever.
That's not the general.
That's not.
But I like what you said
I'm not
about
saying
But-
it's a general.
okay.
the president taking consideration with.
You take okay.
like,
See? Take it. Right. But when you and I have a decision to make, or if I have a decision to make, if I need your counsel, I will seek your counsel. But
Right.
I always have the final say.
Of course.
I always have the final say. And are you good with that?
Well, yeah.
Why? Why are you good with that?
Because I trust you and your decision making.
Why? Why do you trust me?
Because you have a track record of making better decisions than I do. So, I mean, you haven't let me down yet. You know?
And again, gentlemen, what Devin just said, this is the way women will trust you. If you make good decisions, if you improve her as a woman, if you protect her from herself, guys, guess what? If she truly loves and cares about you, she is going to trust you and defer to your authority.
Yeah, Jay Blaze there says, ask a woman where to go to dinner.
Oh no.
There's, that's one thing I really love about you is that if I say, hey, do you want to go out to eat tonight? You'll say, yeah, let's go here. Okay?
Yep.
Whereas most men are conditioned to defer to the woman.
Yeah.
You want to go out to eat tonight? Yeah, sure. Where do you want to go? I don't know. Where do you want to go? I don't know.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
Right.
Like, there's no bigger turnoff on the planet than a guy asking you where you want to go to dinner, unless it's your birthday or something.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So yeah,
But every once in a while, you will say, "Hey, Donovan, let's go to Capitol Grill, or let's go to Redstone, or whatever."
It's been
the
a
case
while
may
since
be.
we've been here. What do you
Yeah,
think?
and if I'm good with it, all right, cool. Like, bet that's one less decision I have to make.
Mm-hmm.
But you run it by me, or sometimes you'll say, "Hey, I made us a reservation for Capitol Grill," and I'll be like, "Nah, make a reservation for XYZ." You don't get upset about it.
Yeah,
you just change it.
We both like the same places, and
We
we
do.
know each other well enough to.
There you go.
You
There
know,
you go.
but I mean, if it's something for like, hey, we're gonna invite guests or something, or
Yeah.
whatever. That's you make the final call.
We have a good symbiotic relationship. I think that's why this appears to be working. So far. Until I find out about that side nigga.
This is what I call the color purpling of the
Uh-oh.
United States. Of the way
Oh,
we
boy.
stuff. The stuff that you saw in the color purple was not the black community. It was not us.
Nope.
And you go back and look on the microfiche and all the research.
He said
they
microfiche.
still did not have any idea of the impact it's going to have. At the end of the day,
Do you remember overhead projectors?
I do.
In elementary school? God, we are old.
a decision has to be made. And whether
Dewey
you
Decimal
agree or
System.
not,
Oh my God.
all this is philosophical. In that
Dewey
very
Decimal
situation,
System.
if there's a
cards.
bump
Oh
in the
my
night,
God.
or an intruder comes through the door, who has to stand up?
Us.
I got to be willing to die for you.
That's right.
All you got to do is listen.
But that's what she's got a dog for.
There it is. He said, I got to be willing to die for you. All you got to do is listen.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for women, Dev, a lot of women just aren't willing to give that up. They're not willing to give that up.
And that's my child too. Why am I going to do something for my child that's going to put my child, just like you can't pull, that's why I say you can't pull rank. See, you got to understand your instinct is to distrust a man.
Ooh. Damn.
Your instinct is a low level of respect and a low level of
This is exactly what you just said a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I have not seen this before.
Wow.
lack of respect and contempt for men to where you don't trust us.
Top-loaded VCRs.
That's real.
Betamax.
That ain't got nothing to do
Laser
with it. So
discs.
any question you have is going to be based around your lack of respect and contempt for men, not on what men do.
Right.
Would you not? Is that not fair?
No, it is because I've
So any scenario where you ask me, what about a man? It's not a good faith
not the
scenario.
same.
It's always
It's
going
not
to be
the
loaded
same.
with, I don't have any respect and I have some contempt for him.
There it is, man. See, every time, and it's Enemy of the State. That was a good movie. Anytime Kevin has these discussions, or anybody, Myron and Fresh, Kevin has these discussions with these women. If we say, well, women shouldn't do blah blah blah. Oh yeah. Well, what about men? What's the danger in always? Well, if we can't do it, or if we shouldn't do it, then neither can men.
Men and women aren't the same. I don't
Right.
know. I think that they're denying the fact that relationships do have roles.
I agree.
And they do require trust. And if you're not willing to give up an inch, where's it going to grow?
I agree. Rebel 5150 says Channel 3 for video games.
It's not
3-button
based.
remote control.
Yes.
Clicker.
The clicker. Floor unit televisions encased in wood.
It's not neutral. It's not fair.
Okay.
And that's, unfortunately, that's been kind of baked into our culture.
That's right. RPAP on the Sharpstream side says, so a woman has a dog to protect her like a man used to protect them. Well, ladies, man can get a dog that listens to them better than most women. And guess what? They'll watch what we like to watch. And I can teach a dog to grab me a beer on Sundays. Wow. As funny as that is, that's kind of true. Mark LeBrand says 8-track tapes and reel-to-reel projectors. Shit, he's taking it way back. Yeah. What was it, 5th or 6th grade for me?
We have not had or seen good depictions of black men in the media. We don't hear the world saying good things about black men. That's why I think black men have to take ownership of our own depiction in the media. That's why I'm such a big on black men taking their image back. But it also has to become incumbent upon the women to actually, you have to start looking at the men past the men you deal with.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Every man.
You agree with that?
Yeah, most women will judge every man based off of the past men that they've dealt with. So if
Yes.
they made bad decisions with men in the past, they're going to judge every future man based on his faults and his
That's
flaws
right.
and expect that in the next person. You know, they can't wipe the slate clean or even know what they want that's different to look for in a future mate.
Dre Raven says, be kind, please rewind.
Ain't out to do something to you and da-da-da-da-da. And at the end of the day, that you have to be accountable, just like I got to be accountable. Because what if I said, you know what, I've been divorced and this and that, so should I treat you that way?
No, I feel like every person's based.
Merch.
Like all they can do is be based off of their experiences, their environments. I'm not saying
Okay.
judge people based off of just what you've been through, because that's not fair.
It's not fair, but that's what we do. Like, listen, I'm going to judge people based on what I've been through. And for her to say that's not fair, what that really is, what that's really talking about, that's sort of she's talking about herself. She says, well, I don't judge people based on what they've been through because that's not fair. Well, here's the difference. A man who has been through some shit, a man who has been through adversity, strife, anguish, and has managed to overcome tough situations, that's attractive to women. A woman, on the other hand, who has been through all kinds of nonsense and bullshit, that's not so attractive. Agree or disagree?
I agree 100%.
Okay. All right. I thought you would. Yeah, exactly.
I know I have some thoughts. I'm just still getting them together.
I understand. Andrew JP 34 says Sony Walkman. Wow. Wow. Sony Walkman. Yes.
Because not everybody's the same. But I think I've said it earlier.
It's funny. She says not everybody's the same. When women say not all men are the same or not all women are the same, what they're talking about, what they think, what they're thinking is that we're not all the same fundamentally. So if a guy like me says, I want a woman to cook, clean, she's got to be attractive, blah, 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 women will use, well, not all men are the same. Not all men want the same things. No, not all men want the same things. Some men like blondes, some men like brunettes, some men like redheads, some men like women who have large breasts, some men like women who have smaller breasts, some men don't care. Some men like shelf booties, some men like tight booties. All of those are surface level things. But fundamentally, we as men and women, we're all the same fundamentally. Men want to be with attractive women who are honest with them, who don't cheat on them, who will treat them right. Women want a man who is strong, who's independent, who can protect them. Okay, so she might like black guys instead of white guys, or vice versa. Fundamentally, men and women are all the same. Okay.
I agree.
I'm always gonna
Any input on what you just heard me say about the contempt and lack of respect?
Like that was biased, but like here you were saying it's biased questions based off your experience. So you can't generalize and ask a question outside of your own experience.
Back in the 60s, you familiar with Cosmopolitan magazine?
Oh, here we go.
Cosmopolitan magazine was actually supposed to be Playboy for young women.
Playboy.
And this lifestyle was marketed to women. And there's a book called Subverted, how they actually marketed this Sex and the City lifestyle to women to actually sell products. Now, they did it to all women, but in our community...
Do you remember Kevin and I talked about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had, we talked about that, where they literally made up stories about the Sex and the City life. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was crazy, right?
It still works. They're still doing it.
They're still doing it, yeah.
I mean, even the new reboot of the Sex and the City every time an
ridiculous.
episode comes out, there are headlines about what she's wearing and shoes and all this stuff. And it's like, who cares what this 55-year-old woman is wearing on a TV show? I don't.
It's interesting. What's that new Sex in the City called?
It's called Just Like That, and Just Like That, I think.
And Just Like That. So, for those of you who are not aware of this, Sex in the City has done like not really a reboot, but it's really sort of life past the wall, right? They're all there except for Samantha, because Samantha probably died of an STD because she was a super hoe.
She was, but she's still a character, but she doesn't make an appearance.
Okay. Gotcha. But the one thing that was very interesting to me, and I didn't watch it, but I remember you told me, is that Carrie Bradshaw was married to Mr. Big. Okay. She sport fucked her way all around New York City, and she still got the apex alpha male. I think on the very first episode, Mr. Big died, right? And so on the show, the reason why Carrie Bradshaw is single is because Mr. Big died, not because she's 55 and she sport fucked her way across New York City and the men who used to want her don't want her anymore. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's really what that is. I thought that was bullshit.
The whole show is cringy. All the storylines are cringy. It's just, it's uncomfortable to watch. It really is.
I agree. RPAP on the Sharpstream side says that is also a massive lie. We all judge people regardless of their backstory. If a guy walks into an office with sleeve tattoos, I'm going to judge him, right? I don't know the sleeve tattoos. Wait a minute. I don't know the sleeve tattoos are a graveyard for his friends he lost in the service. I just know it's a sleeve tat. It's just how the world works. Understand it and deal with it. Dude, absolutely. And if I'm going to walk into an interview, if, God forbid, I ever have to, well, number one, I'm never getting a white-collar job with my criminal record. But if I did, I'd wear something that covered up my sleeve tattoos. That's just how it is.
It had a different effect. People make money off of us being separate.
Ooh.
You talk about what you want to do. There are plenty of men who love anime. I've been to Shonen Jumps and this and that. There's
I guess he's referring to the woman who wants to be an anime producer with the net worth of $80 million.
loaded with people. There's no reason we can't work together, but we can't if we don't trust each other. Where do you think this lack of trust came from?
Divorce.
Who?
Divorce.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have any role model relationships to understand that it can work.
Right.
I mean, if I grew up with a single mother and, she had guys coming and going, and there was really no consistency, and
you would not have been married for 18 years. There's no way, because you wouldn't have,
no. I mean, I grew up with this thing in my head of, okay, you have to do life in a certain order. First you graduate high school, then if you go to college, you do that. If you meet someone, you get married, you buy a house, you have kids, you do everything in the order that it's supposed to be done in.
Right.
And if you went out of that order, oh my God, so I just, and I think that's because I had a solid example of my parents are still together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And for those of you who are unaware, your biological father passed away when you were 8 months old, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. And so at the time, it was just you and your sister and your mother found your stepdad soon after. And
my mom was widowed with a 8-month-old and a 4-year-old at age 21. So,
wow.
Yeah, she was still very young when she met my stepdad. So luckily, that was on her side.
Yeah.
She was still very beautiful and very young. So
no, absolutely. Alpha Male wants to know who is SJP. That's Sarah Jessica Parker, aka the horse.
I think it came from me.
Let me stop hating. She has more money than I'll ever have.
Right.
Growing up and seeing how things on the TV or reality TV, just social media.
Oh, there it is.
She didn't grow up with social media, though.
Right, exactly. Right? When she was, let's just assume she's the 22-year-old. What was it, 15 years ago, there was no social media, not the way it is now. Yeah. I mean, Facebook was still in its fledgling stage, but she's blaming it on something that isn't to blame.
Yeah, and a lot of TV do show families, sitcoms, married
Yes.
couples, things like that. So, Yeah, it might be the guy might be have a buffoon moment or something.
Sure,
but
sure.
For the most part, it does feature families. So I don't really understand what this logic is. I think she's just talking.
She's making shit up.
Yeah.
Sirius on the Sharp Stream side says it doesn't help that mass media portrays men as stupid and women smart. Devin, I think that is probably one of the single most important factors in terms of women not trusting the judgment of men. It is everywhere, even in the smallest nuances. For example, the M&Ms, right? There's the red M&M and then there's the yellow M&M, and they're both guys, and then there's the brown M&M, and that's a female, and she's so much more smart and sophisticated. And the red and the yellow M&Ms are portrayed as especially the yellow one, a buffoonery and, oh, why won't you go in and you're a brownie and all this other kind of stuff. Even in cartoons, dude, Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin, men are routinely portrayed as these buffoonish oafs, and the woman has to come in to save the day.
It's worse in TV commercials.
Oh, dude, TV commercials
Yeah.
are the worst. With the AT&T commercial, just real quick, I'll tell you about this. So there's a family of 4 at the AT&T store. A typical nuclear family, mother, father, brother, sister. I think the guy, the father was a tall white guy. I think mom maybe have been of Vietnamese descent, racially ambiguous, but you knew that she was not 100% white. And so Lily, the big-tittied AT&T actress, says, she says, we have stuff for our old and new customers. And the family look kind of confused. She's like, okay, let's say that you were to come in and I gave your brother a big lollipop, but since you're already in here, I give you a small little lollipop.
Yeah,
and the girl says, that's not fair. So Lily exchanged lollipops with her and gave her the big lollipop. Doesn't matter if you're a customer or a new customer or old customer, you always get our best deal. And so the father's now reaching out his hand for a big lollipop, and the mother's looking at him like, what are you doing? He's like, what? She said everybody. Like, dude, like, and it's funny. It's cheeky, but again, this is commonplace. Men are, and you're right, it is so much worse in commercials.
Yeah.
But even in sitcoms, Everybody Loves Raymond, The King of Queens,
Martin.
dude.
Martin was funny though.
Yeah, Martin was funny as fuck. Oh, I loved Martin. That was my goddamn show, dude. Holy moly.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No, it is endemic of how, and I wouldn't just limit it to black men, as Kevin said. I think it's.
Oh no, it's all over.
It's really all over. Yeah.
Yeah. The Forest with the $20 super chat says she wants to be a mangaka's wife. Mangakas are eccentric and come in two forms. They meet their wives when they were no one before becoming famous, or they're addicted to hobbies. This 304 does not qualify. No, she absolutely does not. Jay Blaze also says Modern Family. Yeah. Modern. I mean, and the leader, the patriarch of the family, his one redeeming quality, because he is such an oaf, but his one redeeming quality is that he loves his family.
Yeah.
Why we can't work together?
Just general ideas about distrusting or having like one eye raised regarding men.
There you go, man.
Let me ask you another question.
Mr. E1976 says GTD. That was the funniest moment on Martin ever. Got the draws.
How many relationships would you say you've had?
Phil Dunphy. That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's oh God.
Like boyfriend level.
3.
Okay.
Solid.
3 solid. The 3 relationships, how many did you walk away from?
All of them.
You ended it or they ended it?
All of them.
I ended 2.
And
So she ended 2 and 1 walked away from her. Now, you've been in relationships. How many times have you been dumped?
I don't know.
Not very many. So you've ended relationships a lot more than they've been ended with you, correct?
Most of the time, I just fall apart. It's just like, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, the point is that women end relationships more than men. I've talked about this the last 3 days.
and how long was the third one? Okay. So
Wait, what did you
how
say?
long was the third one? Okay. So, all right.
All right.
So, how about you? How many relationships do you have?
I've had about 3, and I walked away from all of them.
Told you.
They're all gonna say 3.
Now they are. They are now because one gave him permission.
Did you walk away or did he walk away?
It's a situationship.
Okay.
So neither
A situationship.
and then I come back, and then he walks away, and then he comes back. It's
But you hear,
Translation: this is a dude that she can't get enough of.
But he doesn't want her.
He doesn't want her. That's all that is.
women, they say they want a man that's loyal and this and that. And a man who they can trust and the man's going to stay, but y'all walk away more than we do.
There it is.
But it's the popular narrative that you can't trust men.
See, and again, I talked about this the last couple of days. Women end relationships better than 9 out of 10 times. They file 85 to 90% of divorces, and as far as just regular relationships like this one, dude, better than 9 times out of 10, it's the woman who either leaves or she cheats her way out of a relationship in the form of branch linking.
And did all of you go to college? Did you go to college? I mean, whether you graduated or not, it's irrelevant. Did you go?
Nope.
Okay. Did you go to a PW, predominantly white institution? Did you notice that freshman and sophomore year,
Here we
everybody
go.
was doing what they want to, but around junior and senior year, all the non-black women start coupling up.
Uh-huh.
They start getting married. And all the black women start breaking up.
Mm-hmm.
It's baked into our culture for y'all to go out and be your own independent, don't need no man.
See, Kevin Samuel said that. So, O'Shea, when you do another video on this, just understand that Kevin was the one that said that.
And so forth. But
yeah, Married with Children was a very good, very, very good show. Al Bundy, honestly, was like the last, he's like the last man standing, right?
Yeah. Well, on that show, everybody was an idiot. So it was all funny.
Liz, it was, oh my God. Yeah, you're right, because Peggy was definitely a fucking airhead. Holy God.
like during this pandemic,
Cigar Man says, situationship translation, I'm the side chick until further notice.
Yep.
the wealth has increased so much because people are staying together. Now, I'm not a big fan of state-sponsored marriage either because
See?
the reality, because of the numbers, but it has its benefits. We have to be able to work with one another is also when that gets right down.
That's right.
Because you want to live a nice life. You want to live a nice life. You want to live a nice life. Whether you want cats or not is
That's right. 4 touchdowns against, what was it, Polkai?
relevant.
Al Bundy.
But we're better off when we have people. That's all I'm ultimately trying to get people to think.
What do you think of Kevin's assertion earlier that the economy is better when, or it helps the economy when we're single?
Well, if you're single, then everybody's working. Everybody has income, so you have making more revenue as far as income taxes. You have less oversight as far as spending is concerned. You have more spending and less saving.
Keep going.
Oh no.
Yes, keep going. Go ahead. No, just keep talking.
Oh my God.
Why does the economy benefit when people are single?
Anyway, yeah, so women are less likely to save money. They're going to spend money, live paycheck to paycheck, where men have more long-term thinking. So they're going to put money away. They're going to invest in their IRAs or their 401ks. And, by the end of the day, they're going to say, okay, I worked this hard, now I can relax. Where women don't really have that long-term strategy thinking. They want what they want, and they want it now. And this baked into our culture to have what's good, have what's now, have it yesterday. Use it or lose it type of thing. And yeah, so thank you. Please come back. I hate this so much. I'm not good at this.
You really don't like being on solo, do you?
No, I don't.
Shout out to Rockstar. I went through this whole thing very, very quickly. All right, let's finish
Come
this
here,
out.
Walter.
Think about women. Think about.
Oh, yeah,
not
he is in here, isn't
Going to be barefoot and pregnant.
Uh-huh.
That's never really existed in our community.
Peace. And you are right. Women do walk away more because we are pickier and we are hard to please. And all a man wants is peace. So
That's all right.
It is harder for a man to live up to a woman's standards than vice versa.
So do you think it's been made?
She said it's harder for a man to live up to a woman's standards. and vice versa. Would you say that that's true of our relationship?
No.
Okay. All right.
I think
So it's hard for you to live up to my.
It's harder for me to live up to your standards my standards are dictated by your actions. I don't dictate your actions with my standards.
Okay. All right. Very good. Good answer.
been made easier for women to walk away because you think the pool of men is deeper than it is.
Uh-oh. It's easy for women to walk away because they think the pool of men is deeper than it is.
Yeah, it's just like the way that they treat their bank accounts. They think that they'll always have this coming and coming and coming and coming, and not realize, like, oh yeah, by the way, there is an end point to this, and it's called being over 65, where no one will employ you anymore, especially if you're a woman.
Right.
Right. So now all of a sudden that's not coming in anymore. What do you have left to choose from? You don't have. Like what they're. I was talking earlier about how women don't save.
Yes, right.
And how men have better long-term thinking.
Sure.
Whereas women are just more paycheck to paycheck. Oh, I need this right now type of thing.
Sure.
Like, and so when women start running out of options as far as jobs and income is concerned, then they have to fall back on what? They don't have a cushion.
Wow.
You know? And
OnlyFans? I don't know.
Not at 65.
Oh, 65. Oh, no.
You know what I'm
Well, I don't know.
So I think this mentality is very similar to how they're dealing with the dating market as well, where they're just like they're noping people left and right, finding reasons to disqualify them rather than accommodating them, or changing their expectations, or even, oh my God, so much as relinquishing a little bit of control to be in a relationship.
God forbid, right?
Instead, they think they're just going to find someone who will bend to their will.
Yeah.
And that, like he said, the pool is running dry.
Yep.
You're not going to have any more options after a while because no one's going to want to kowtow to a woman's standards. And, at some point, like that woman on that Pearl was interviewing.
Oh my God, the $200,000 ring.
Like,
oh my God.
Honestly,
like, bitch, you don't look good enough for all of that.
Not only that, like any woman who's dumb enough to want a ring that expensive, to want a man who would buy a ring that expensive, I mean, that ain't gonna work.
No, definitely not.
I mean, like I said, you can't live in. Maybe you could live in that ring.
That was some bullshit, wasn't it? $200,000 8-carat ring, bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
There are women who are 38 years old with 3 kids, and they're surprised that they can't just go out and. So when I talk a lot about numbers, it's not to play gotcha. It's to say no. Hey, there are only a certain amount of men out there like.
Yeah, the math doesn't add up. Is what he's trying to say.
Right.
So. And that's any kind of man. So.
My situation is I understand that. So it's harder to want to walk away from the partner that you've had this time with, that you've been developing this connection, this compromise, and setting intentions with, to let go of all of that when you've been building so much with the person and be like, I'm gonna go find someone else and build it. It's not that easy. So.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, it is that easy, especially when you branch swing. Women, and again, guys. And I don't know which law this is, of the 49 laws of Sharp. Go to donovansharp.com/49 laws. But dude, women never start a relation. They never end a relationship unless they start another one first. This is just what happens. Churro ice cream sandwiches. Holy moly.
It's not that easy if you actually
What were you going to say?
That sounded really good.
It did, didn't it?
understand that. It's definitely not that easy. Because you could go meet someone and
Listen to all of them chirping now.
it's all cool, but then as you start learning, they don't want all the same things.
Well, and how it used to work is like dating is dumb. Dating doesn't work if you think about it.
No, dating doesn't work today.
You think about huh?
What is dating?
Dating has the purpose of dating is to do what?
See if you're compatible with them and if you're moving forward.
And how's that working for most people?
I think the reason it doesn't work is people don't know how to date. That's
Because dating is dumb. Okay,
What do you think about that? Dating is dumb. I think I know what he's trying to say, but what do you think of that?
Well, I think that he's saying that most people aren't dating with intention.
Yes.
Most people out here are just dating to not be lonely, or dating for that, thrill of the first time, whatever. Or just dating to see what else is out there. What else? How high can I go?
Right.
And and not really having like a predetermined desired outcome, so to speak. I mean, it's just wasting each other's time, I think. Like, most men want to date, they date with an intention, whether it's just to get laid or it's just to, or to find someone who's quality enough to actually, settle down with. But
right.
yeah, like, thank God, I don't really have experience in this modern dating world, so I have to take his word for it. But it just seems like a disaster, especially with all the apps and making it easy to find someone you're attracted to.
Christ.
But it's very, very shallow.
That's the way it is. Serious on the Sharp Stream side says women don't even do the bare minimum anymore. There's no standard. Modern relationships really are women thinking they just have to show up and lay down. There's no added benefits anymore. Jay Blaze, wait a minute. Jonathan Vasquez says drumsticks actually sound pretty good. The biggest problem, RPAP says on Sharpstream, when women can command their highest value in their 20s, a lot refuse to settle. I would disagree. Most refuse to settle. Then when their value starts declining in their late 20s and 30s, they think, I've held out long enough. I've held out for so long, I can't lower my price. But they don't understand that high price means they'll never get it right. Like, you cannot command the same quality of men in your 30s as you did in your 20s. It just doesn't work that way. JBlaze11, RPEP says, as a former jewelry employee, let me help even more. If she expects you to spend 3 months' salary, run. If she expects a ring bigger than her friends, run. If she can't make her mind up on what kind of ring she wants, run. Very good.
How it used to work, the men of your family, a man would have to announce he had intention to I have need of a wife, I'm looking for a woman, da-da-da.
There you go.
Have to step to the men of your family. And men...
My philosophy was I wanted a ring I could afford to lose. So if and when I lost it, that's all right.
Lost the ring? What's it doing off your finger?
Lose it at the beach. It flings off your hand.
Yeah.
Things happen. My dad's lost like 4 of them.
What?
Yeah.
God damn. All right.
Maybe it's because of that. He'll go scuba diving and come back.
Oh
my
yeah,
God,
you guys are
where'd my
water.
ring go?
Yeah, you guys are. Devin's a what, dude? Devin is from Florida. Like, dude, boats and fishing and snorkeling and all that good stuff.
So maybe that's why I get that from. Is if you're gonna lose it, be able to afford to lose it. Don't have a ring you need insurance on, for crying out loud.
Know how to look for bullshit in other men.
Uh-oh.
We know how to judge other men. Let women run their logic through their emotions.
That's right.
It's just how you set up. Mm-hmm. Even the most strategic still put their emotion in there. Because so men would have to step to the men, and men would evaluate, and then he'd say, all right, you can court my daughter, and you have a prescribed period of time to get to know one another.
That's dating with intention. That's exactly what you said.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no 3-4 dates. There's no premarital sex. There's none of all that other stuff. And eventually, you got to make your intentions. What are your intentions?
There
for my
it is.
daughter?
There it
I
is.
want to marry. Okay, great. You got to make her an honest woman. Then you go on. You get
now
married,
you're dating.
You go on, get married. Then you do all the other stuff. Where's the romance? Where's the love and all that? Where's all the stuff that we're supposed to be doing in dating that happens in that?
There we go.
It has happened for thousands of years.
I think dating is, and don't get me wrong, I think what Ken is talking about, it makes perfect sense. But the way dating works today, this is in large part why the marital rates have gone down. Because dating, I mean, it's a shit show. It really is a shit show. I mean, you can, just like you said, especially with all the dating apps and Instagram, it's very easy to be led astray.
And it's worked. In the last in 1940s is when dating came along to sell us De Beers diamonds and greeting cards in the American dream.
Woo! Wow.
The notion that you can pick. So now what's happened? Women, whether you like it or not, you're in charge of vetting.
That's right.
And
that's right.
It doesn't seem to, most women don't seem to pick the kind of men that's compatible for them. Most women seem
biologically maybe
to pick what they like, And then the pattern tends to be after you've had enough damage, then you finally pick the guy that's out of your friend zone.
There it is.
Or you pick the guy that's
Woo!
actually compatible with you.
Wow.
And then you learn to love that person. But it's not romantic. It's not Disney. It's not Hallmark. So dating doesn't work. Women today, dating has, what have we gotten to? We've gotten to the point to where you're online, swiping left, swiping right. People are having sex before they even go out on the first date.
Woo!
Because how many times have you sat back and heard, well, I need to know what that dick do before I commit my time to it. You've never heard?
Oh,
shit!
stop!
Shit! Thank you. You need.
Stop the cap! I've never heard that before. Fuck out of here.
Well,
Dating for
you just heard it.
dopamine.
Say what?
Dating for dopamine.
Yeah, that's why everybody dates. Unfortunately, relationships are not built on dopamine.
Women are like, I don't want to waste my time. Exactly.
What that dick do, though?
So they're just acting like men.
Yes. Women date. This is the whole issue. Is women are dating like men. This is why one of the many reasons why the dating market is a shit show.
Well, and a woman's value
The Malik Zulu Shabazz video coming up here shortly, guys.
proposition to a man is what? Her looks, her femininity, her womb, and with a womb, body count. So looks, you guys are all fit, but you know, outside of Miami, 80% in our community is overweight, and 8% of that is obese.
That's right.
That's the fitness. Today, women are having sex and picking men. Women will leave men based upon sex.
Yep.
More than men
Sure
leave
will.
women. And you're having women have children before and then expecting to get married afterwards.
Don't work that way.
Now if you're in a certain category of men, which I am in, you can have access to all the beautiful women and have as much relationship, as much sex as you want and have y'all compete for it.
Real talk.
It's not working for y'all. Because the demand has been pushed to the top 10% of men.
There it is.
I'm in one of the top 10%. Works like gangbusters for me. But then women get upset about being part of the rotation.
There it is.
And that. Why would I have to pick you if her, and Maria, Marisol, Mylene, and Jamila?
Jamila. Oh wow, Kevin dropping the bombs. What are your closing thoughts on that?
Man, women really need to have some utility to bring to a man that is going to basically, but you got to outwork the competition.
Yep.
You know? And the only way to do that, I mean, anyone can give a man sex, so.
Head.
Huh?
Head. Yes.
Sex, whatever.
Yeah, listen, anybody can, just like you said, there are many women out there who are more than willing to suck your dick or take it up the poop chute. You know what I'm saying? Like, they absolutely will let you dick them down, but just like you said, you got to outwork the competition. So now let me ask you this. What are some things that women can do to outwork the competition to get with high-value men?
I mean, aside from the obvious, just to develop skills to be able to efficiently run a household, being smart with money, and being practical, and managing your expectations, and just being overall agreeable. Being kind and agreeable is like a lost art, So when you think about like just how you treat people in general, whether they are your significant other or the waiter or whatever, like if she's kind to everyone until there's a reason for her to kind of clam up, then that's actually a really nice quality, because there's just an overall lack of feminine and kind and women who will just defer without arguing.
Right.
So yeah. That's all I got.
Okay, very good, very good. 50 Fitzwell on the YouTube side. I just lost it. Says, how to date WTF, Where is the handbook on dating? I don't think we need a handbook on dating. I think a lot of it just exercises common sense. Mark LeBrant says, provide value outside of sex. Alpha Male says, Donovan, what happens at 5:30 in Caesar's Palace? I'll tell you what used to happen.
On Thursdays?
Yep, you know it. You know it. Mr. J, give me a second. Mr. J with the $2 super chat says, did she wait?
Yep.
Is she honest?
Nope.
Is she capping?
Yep. Stop the cap.
She was capping like a motherfucker. Talking about, I never heard that, what that dick do. Nah, 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 nah. These bitches be lying like a motherfucker. All right, it is now time for the main event. It is now time for the main event, and we can actually go full screen with this one because we do not need subtitles for this motherfucker. So, man, this is Fresh and Fit last night were asked to make an appearance on an Instagram live, and with Malik Zulu Shabazz. And before we get into this, I want you guys to know who Malik Zulu Shabazz is. Now, I have known who Malik Shabazz is for quite a while, actually. I've known who this guy is for a while. I know who he is and what he's about. I've actually been aware of him since right around 2003, so I'm very, very, very familiar with this guy. He was born Paris Lewis. That's what his name was. He is the former chairman of the New Black Panther Party. And the New Black Panther Party, we'll get into that a little bit later. Of course, Southern Poverty Law Center, the Anti-Defamation League, anti-Semitic and racist, blah, 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 blah. So I just want to point this out here. It says Shabazz was born in 1966 as Paris Lewis and raised in Los Angeles. Shabazz says his father, James Lewis, was a Muslim who was killed when Shabazz was a child. Shabazz was raised by his mother, whom he describes as a successful businesswoman. His grandfather, who introduced him to the Nation of Islam, was also a strong influence. So right off the bat, we know that Mr. Shabazz, formerly Mr. Lewis, was raised by a single mother. And that really, this really explains why he acts the way he acts. And it's actually quite shocking. I've always been very open about my weakness and frailties. Yes, I was raised in a two-parent household for about half my childhood, but my mother dominated the parenting. Everything ran through her. And because she was the strongest influence in my life rather than my father, I developed being quick to emotion like a woman. These are things that I've had to work on. No, I'm not blaming, Mama Sharp for my, off the wall temper. But had I been raised with a strong father, I might have been able to learn, coping mechanisms for my anger rather than just lashing out like a woman would do. So now that we know what Mr. Shabazz's background is, I think that'll go a long way in explaining this. Now, what absolutely shocked me, Again, we go back to, this guy went to Howard University. Went to Howard University Law School. He's a member of all of these organizations. The Southern Poverty Law Center. There's also a charity that he established that he co-founded. He is the former chairman and president, I think, of the New Black Panther Party. So one would imagine that a man this connected would conduct himself in a certain way. But to say that he didn't necessarily live up to that is an understatement. So without further ado, Walter farted. Jesus.
Did he?
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
God.
You smell that? Oh, my God.
Don't blow it over here.
No! Oh, my God. Hang on, guys. Sorry about this. Holy moly. I need a fan. Woof! Oh, my God.
He's so peaceful, though.
Hell yeah, he's peaceful. He just farted. Oh, God. Jesus, Walter. Boy, that hit us like a ton of bricks, didn't it? God damn. Sorry about that. Oh, yikes. Ugh. Listen, this is so appalling. Walter farted. Okay, take two. All right. So without further ado, here is Myron and Fresh's appearance on the Farrah Gray IG Live.
Power, black power to you.
Yes, sir. And of course, the book of Khaled is out everywhere books are sold. I did the forward. My father's biography. Thank you so much, brothers, for penning it and championing the book and being a champion on the front lines and being the modern day Khaled Muhammad on the front lines. So I want to thank you for all of your hard work, brother.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you helping me with the book of Khaled, the book on your father, Khaled Abdul Muhammad. Great book out. Yes, sir.
Okay. So far, so good. He is, hey man, he's pushing a book. Appreciate your help on supporting that and getting the word out. Okay.
Yes, sir. So, did you have any thoughts and/or questions for the brother here?
I do, Brother Fresh. I really want Myron back. Is Myron coming back? Okay. Well, I'll go ahead without brother.
Myron, hold on. Myron is here. Myron is here.
Oh, here we go.
Myron here.
All right, I just sent Myron a request.
Yeah, there's Brother Myron now. Also, I want to say here that
We got a nighttime show that we got here going in a second.
Okay, so we're gonna get it real quick. I'm so, as a student of Dr. Khaled Muhammad, I'm so sick and tired of athletes, entertainers, and those that make it, turning on black people and talking down to black people.
Okay. Listen, this is a legit concern of his. Now, and by the way, I'll link the original video. Heather keeps telling me that every once in a while, guys are like, hey, stop interrupting the video every 3 seconds. Look, this is a reaction channel. That's what you're going to get. If you don't like it, then don't watch. So he's saying, hey, look, man, like, I don't like you talking down on black people and this and that and the third. Here's something that I will point out. One thing that them on the other side, I guess because I'm quote unquote over here, one thing they like to say, okay, listen, Donovan, you can date outside your race, but shut the fuck up about black women. So basically, if
it's clear that these two brothers,
sorry about that. So if I date interracially, that's fine, but I need to close my mouth about that. Nope. Not gonna happen. Now, I would not have taken the same tact that Myron took and called them Shaniquas or hood rats or whatever the case may be. Right? Have I done it in the past? Yeah, sure. Am I regretful of it? No. Of course not. It is what it is. We make fun of each other, but I understand where Shabazz is coming from. He doesn't like the stereotypical names, Shaniqua and Swantasha and all this other kind of stuff, and making it seem like every black woman is essentially a hood rat. I understand that. Whether I agree with his disagreement or not is immaterial. I understand where he is coming from. Where I don't legitimize this complaint is that any time, especially a black man, is critical of black women, and when I say critical, I'm not talking about calling names or anything like that, but anytime a black man talks about a negative experience that he's had with a black woman, they see that as talking down or slandering them, and this is absolutely false. If I, as a black man, if black men are standing around talking about experiences they've had with black women, yeah, you know what? The experiences I've had with black women, they act masculine. They think they're the heads of household. They're not feminine. They're combative. They like to argue all the time. That's not talking shit about black women. That is talking about anecdotes. These are talking about your experiences. Now, are there some dudes out there who talk bad about black women? Yeah. But you know, listen, man, this is a free country. You can, I mean, listen, our right, our freedom of speech is protected under the First Amendment. But by the same token, listen, freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. So listen, man, if you're going to talk down or bad about black women, guess what? Guys like Malik Zulu Shabazz, they're going to come for you. But anytime anyone is critical, anytime you are, even if you talk about a negative experience that you've had in a relationship with a black woman, listen, I've been with black women and they're X, Y, and Z, they consider that as talking shit. No, that's not talking shit. That is just talking about experiences. So what it really comes down to, when they say shut the fuck up talking shit about black women, that's not what Shabazz here is talking about. No, he's talking about referring to black women in any negative connotation. If you're talking about the fact that a lot of black women are masculine, they're combative, they like to argue all the time, as far as Shabazz is concerned, that's talking down on black women. Listen, I respectfully disagree. Talking about your experiences with black women being negative, that's not talking down on them. That's merely sharing your experiences. And guess what? If they don't like it, they don't have to watch.
They just love them some cracker women.
Woo!
They just love them some blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pink-toed, pale-skinned, buttermilk complexion, ironing board backside, Caucasoid mutanoid, subjects have itch, white cave bitches.
Okay, so this guy came out guns a-blazing. He came out with the crackers and, what does it say, freakazoids or whatever the case may be?
Melanoid,
freakazoid, whatever the case may be. What are your thoughts on that?
This guy's angry.
He said, ironing board backside. You do not have an ironing board backside there, sweetheart.
Well, yeah, this is a very, very negative, angry, and mean. I just don't like it.
Yeah, boy, he came out swinging, didn't he?
He was like...
So this guy is talking about... He doesn't like the fact that Myron and Fresh talk down on black women. What's the first thing he does? He calls...
Talk down
talking,
on people.
Right. Hold on, let's... This was... Dude, I could not... Listen to this. This is...
Skin, buttermilk complexion.
Whoa!
These two brothers, they just love them some cracker women.
Woo! Cracker women.
Is that what he said?
He said cracker women.
Oh.
They just love them some blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pink-toed, pale-skinned...
He said pink toe. That's what old boy said yesterday.
Yeah, pink toes.
Pink foot. Pink foot, pink toe. Wow. Well, actually, your toes are pink because you just got them painted. Yep, pink, yes.
Buttermilk complexion, ironing board backside, Caucasoid mutanoid.
Wow.
Subjects have white cave bitches.
Woo-hoo!
And it's a shame. Myron, I call Brother Myron the Sambo from Sudan. I'm hoping that he hasn't been bit by the white.
The Sambo from Sudan.
What is a Sambo?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
I'm not. I have to brush up on my derogatory.
Yeah, I'm a little
derogatory
lost
racial terms. Listen, I guess the Sambo from Sudan. I guess that's supposed to be derogatory. So now he has offended two races at this point. He's offended white people, and he has offended. God, what did he just say?
The Sambo. Oh, I looked it up. A person of mixed race, especially black and Indian or black and European.
Okay, so he's made fun of. And listen. Guess what? We can all disagree with the way Shabazz is talking, but hey, guys, guess what? Malik Zulu Shabazz, we live in America, and his right to free speech is guaranteed and protected under the First Amendment. So he has every right to be talking. He has every right to be talking like this, but it seems hypocritical of him to come out guns blazing. So he's offended white people and he's offended Sudanese people. So that's two races he's offended, I think, within the first 15 seconds here.
Yeah, that Sambo is an offensive slur for a black person.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I'll have to, I got to brush up on my racial slurology.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh.
very good.
Arab disease that teaches that the white Sudanese is better than the black Sudanese. I heard.
What?
There's a white Sudanese?
Okay. Who knows?
Fresh say that one of his parents was black, but we don't know about the other one. And so we in the...
I think it's a safe assumption that both... Listen, I'm not trying to be funny here, but I think it's a safe assumption to assume both of Fresh's parents probably black. What do you think?
I would probably put a couple bucks on it.
Bro, both my parents are black. That's a pretty good impression, isn't it?
You do great impressions of everybody, though.
Shout out to Fresh. I'll be meeting up with him this weekend as we're looking for venues for the See Me in Miami.
The new Black Panther Party, and I, Malik Zulu Shabazz, I want to say I love the black woman.
Okay.
I want to say that the black woman is the queen of the planet Earth. She's the mother of civilization. That the black woman is the goddess of the universe. She ain't just somebody we may just happen to want. She is not just our preference. She's all that we want. We don't want nothing else but the black woman.
Well,
and one day we're going to put a stop to this. As Khalid Muhammad said, that one day we will come to that stage and that microphone, and these black movement will snatch you off that goddamn stage.
That sounds like a thinly veiled threat.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. I think
this guy's angry black.
Yeah, he's very, 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 very angry. He's very angry. You can see that Myron is not bothered, nor should he be. Shabazz is displaying a lot of feminine traits here. What he is trying to do, if you guys are following along, is he thought that he could get Myron to start chirping back at him. See, Shabazz wanted to get into an argument with Myron. He wanted to throw insults, and like a woman, he's trying to bait him in with all sorts of racial slurs. So first he started off denigrating white people, cracker, buttermilk biscuits, and blonde hair and blue eyes, freakazoids, melanoid, whatever the case may be. Myron didn't blink. He was just as cool as he was just cool. So he saw that didn't work. So then he says, "Listen, I call brother Myron the Sambo of the Sambo of Sudan." Myron again not bothered, right? So now he's trying a different tact. He's trying, okay, well, I tried insulting white people. He didn't bite. I tried insulting his culture. He didn't bite. So let me uplift the black woman and say that she's the goddess. You want to know why Myron is not bothered by all of this hyperbole spewing about black women? Because Myron doesn't hate black women. Myron simply does not date them. See, what Mr. Lewis fails to understand is that just because you talk about negative experiences or that you don't date a certain race of people, that does not mean you hate them. I put a meme up on Instagram. I don't hate y'all. I just don't date y'all. So when he talks about the black woman as the goddess and the queen, listen, if that's what you think, I'm not mad at you. I can respectfully disagree, but hey, you know what? Does this man believe what he's saying?
I think he believes what he's saying.
He believes it. No, that's it. That's all I needed to know. Shabazz believes what he is saying. He feels very strongly about what he is saying. I have absolutely no problem with that. But what he is trying to do is he is trying to bait Myron into creating a viral moment, right? That's what Shabazz is trying to do. Everyone else is, Asian Doll did it. Anna Quinn did it. Miss Cheeks did it. Everybody got their viral moment off of Fresh and Fit, and now here comes Malik Zulu Shabazz trying to get this viral moment. Well, guess what? Myron's versed in this kind of stuff. He's not taking the bait. Your thoughts?
Yeah. You know how Rolo says you can't negotiate attraction?
Right.
Well, you can't dictate it either.
There you go.
So I don't understand what this guy's goal is here, but other than just to spew a bunch of filth at Myron.
Well, it's the same goal as the communita. If you are black and you don't date black women, then there must be something wrong with you. Now, listen, if that's what they think, I can't control what they think. But all of this comes from preference. Now, when Myron and Fresh talked about we don't dabble in the dark, or Shanique would I have said something like that? I don't know, probably not. But in the end, what did the lady say on the thing we broke down? Talked about she's divested. She was talking all kinds of shit about black women. We shouldn't have sex with black men. Black men can't be trusted. They're vile. They're disgusting. And nobody bats an eye. But as soon as these guys or guys like them and myself say, hey, listen, I don't hate y'all. I just don't date y'all. Now, all of a sudden, there's something wrong with me. I respectfully disagree.
For talking and dogging our people and dogging the black woman. And that microphone and these black movement will snatch you off that goddamn stage.
He seems very upset. That was a threat. That could be construed as a threat, for sure.
For talking and dogging our people.
Now, you see, Myron is still not bothered. And the less reactive he is, the more triggered Shabazz gets. Just like a female. Just like a female.
And dogging the black woman out. We love some chocolate black women.
And I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. And for every black man that doesn't date a black woman, that's more for you, Malik. You should be happy. You know what I'm saying? You should be happy. Listen, man, if brothers like myself are quote unquote divested, then he should be happy. That's more chocolate goddesses for you. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, I'm just saying.
You're trying to insert logic into a conversation that has none.
Yes, but this needs to be talked about from a logical standpoint. I have no problem with Shabazz. I disagree with his talking points, but hey, he has every right to say what he's saying, and I have every right to disagree.
Right.
The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Preach it, brother.
That's all we wanted.
Oh, this nigga said the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I'm gonna tell you what, that was from the great and powerful poet Tupac Shakur.
Oh, really?
Yes, keep your head up.
And dogging our people, and we
tell him, Shabazz.
Dogging the black woman. We love some chocolate.
Yes, sir.
Black women.
Yes, sir.
The blacker the berry, the
sweeter the juice. God damn it.
That's all we want to hear out here. And then, as I conclude, to say that everybody has suffered. This brother over here looking like he's a black Olmec, brother Fresh. He looking as black as tar. Talking about he may date a black woman. If you didn't have probably some money, no one.
So he now is talking about Fresh being as black as tar. So he's offended white people, he's offended Sudanese people, and now he is offending, well, black people.
Yeah.
So no race is safe with Mr. Shabazz.
Oh, no, nobody. The only people that are safe with Mr. Shabazz is black women, the queen.
The queen, yes.
Looking like he's a black Olmec, brother Fresh. He looking as black as tar. Talking about he may date a black woman. If you didn't have probably some money, no woman on the earth would touch you, including the black woman. We can tell you ain't had no women. And so, come on, brothers, wake up.
So, what he is trying to say is that black women are different in that they don't look at finances. That's what he's saying. He said if you didn't have any money, none of these women would mess with him. That's exactly right, Shabazz. And this is exactly why we teach men, hey, listen, if you weren't blessed in the aesthetic department like Fresh Prince CEO, guess what? There are other ways you can compensate for that. Fresh is not the best looking dude in the world. Neither is Myron. Neither am I. But we have done things to build ourselves up to make ourselves more attractive to the opposite sex. So for Shabazz to say, man, if you didn't have all that money, none of these women would have anything to do with you. You say that like it's a bad thing.
If you're going to be an entertainer, be a revolutionary entertainer. If you're going to do something, be like Paul Mooney, man. But stop being a Sambo and a Tom and a bootlicking tool for the Klan and white racism and white supremacy.
This reminds me of?
What?
You're fat. You don't work out. You play video games all day. You live in a basement.
Yes.
Basement.
Wow.
Like it's just shaming language. That's
Holy
all it
shit.
is.
Yeah, man. Like he's all over the place and he's mad as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Look at Myron. He's like, dude, really?
And that's what I'm like. When are you going to stop, brother? Because if you don't stop, the new Black Panther Party is going to have to stop you.
See?
Whoa.
He keeps... No. See, he keeps trying to trigger Myron. That's all this was. He was trying to trigger Myron so that he could get his viral moment. And, dude, Myron just kept it cool. So, racial slurs against white people, Sudanese people, and black people, number one. He insulted Myron's ethnicity. He insulted Fresh's ethnicity and threatened him twice.
Tried to, basically, I'm going to revoke your black card if you don't get on my program.
I don't know that's what
he said. What did he called him? A tool of the Ku Klux Klan?
A tool of the Klan and a bootlegging Sambo-ass nigga. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. God damn it. Can I get an A? Dude, I wish I had Minister Japp's origin.
I want some grapes right now.
Oh, I know, right?
I do.
That would be nice.
Black power.
Black power. Okay, now, all jokes aside, Malik Shabazz just embarrassed himself, his friends, and his family, and the new Black Panther Party. He just made them all look stupid. And anyone, and here's the thing. This isn't even about whether or not you agree or disagree with Shabazz's talking points. He is well within his rights to be critical of anybody for anything. Okay, so he has a critical opinion, doesn't think too highly of brothers who don't date black women. I understand it. He is highly critical of brothers who talk shit about black women. I can appreciate that as well. So he is critical of brothers, not necessarily who insult black women, but talk about the reason they don't date black women. Hey, listen, I can respectfully disagree, but hey, man, he is free to talk about what he wants to talk about. But this man, just on live Instagram, spewed racial slurs about every race he could think of and threatened Myron twice. Now, you tell me that he hasn't just embarrassed himself. Huh? Anyone who, if you're a man or a woman and you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, Shabazz absolutely cooked Myron Gaines. He cooked fresh. You got a problem. You got a problem. Because spewing racial epithets, racial slurs, and threatening people, that's not cooking somebody. That's embarrassing yourself and making yourself look. This is not a good look for Shabazz. It's just not. And for him to be as accomplished and as I wouldn't. This guy's been on Fox News. He's been on national TV, all that stuff. He was very prominent in Durham, by the way, for the Duke lacrosse case. Ooh. Yes, he was. Yeah. He was calling for the David Evans, Colin Finnerty, and Reed Seligman. He was right there on the front lines. We want justice for Crystal Gail Mangum. Like he was all. Hey, listen. That's his God-given right. That's his God-given right. But so for a man like this, with all of his accomplishments and what he's done and what he stood for, to say and do what he just did, that's embarrassing. I mean, wouldn't you think so?
This is just disgusting human behavior. I don't care what your message is. If this is the way you're going about it, nobody's going to listen.
No, I can't. I can't imagine anyone who would take him seriously. Seriously. We'll continue this in just a second. I just want to make sure that I get all of these super chats here. Yeah, go ahead. Black Wolf Inc. with the $5 super chat says, this was the saddest attempt at Ungawa Black Power I've ever heard. He used sign language and pro-whack BS agenda to own Fresh and Fit, but embarrassed himself. This guy embarrassed himself. This is a bad look. Like, seriously, new Black Panther Party, come get your man. Come get your man. Like, this is, I mean, and again, I'm not, look, so he wants to get on and disagree. Hey, man, I'm good with that, right? I don't agree with his talking points. I don't believe that the black woman is God and all. Fine. But to spew racial slurs about anybody and everybody, this is a bad look. Shabazz. Black Wolf Inc. $5 says, if you're having the CME in Miami, please convince Myron to do a live Fresh and Fit female panel with an all-male audience. You can give free souvenir CME caps. I guess so. Cage Jackson, $5 says, Shabazz is a clown. When Myron put on the clown mask, I was dead. Cage Jackson says, Shabazz is a prime example of becoming what you hate. Absolutely. King Life says, the white movement snatched Shabaka's hairline. That's why he's a racist. King Life, $5 says, we, the new Black Panthers, have decided to excommunicate Shabaka's from the Panthers due to being a hypocrite. Yeah, this is absolutely, positively not a good look.
Right. Fresh, let me bring you back. Fresh, it looked like we lost you. Myron, your thoughts?
Yeah, hold on. Oh!
Yo, how old are you, bro? You like 70? Hey, look, my dog's white too.
Ain't nothing white that you don't like. Show me something black you like, including your black self.
Oh boy.
Where's Fresh? Hit the canvas? Have you hit the canvas over there, brother?
Yeah, totally. Yes, Fresh hit the canvas. Yeah,
What does
totally.
that mean?
Have you bowed out? Like, did I knock you down intellectually?
Fresh, come back. Fresh, come back. We just lost you. I saw your request. Come
Now, some might say, well, look, Fresh didn't have to respond that way. My dog is white. That was a little immature, wasn't it? No, that was Agree and Amplified. That was Agree and Amplified. Listen, if Shabazz wants to act like a woman, then you don't take him seriously. It's not like Shabazz came in here trying to have an intelligent discussion. This guy just came in and tried to insult these guys, and he made himself look really stupid.
I'm back, Fresh.
Mr. J, $5, says, I feel so bad that for the organizations he represents and referenced, he is free to speak his opinion like everyone, but what he did was dumb as fuck. And you want to know something? We'll see. We'll see where these organizations stand. Because if I'm the new Black Panther Party of the Southern Poverty Law Center, I'm giving this guy a call and being like, bruh, like, what are you doing? But if they don't, listen, this is coming from somewhere. Oh, that's Kelly.
Yeah.
This is coming from somewhere. Okay? This is coming from somewhere. This comes from the community. And like I said, if you are a man or a woman and you're cheering on and you're cheering this guy on, that's a you problem. Something's wrong with you. I'm not saying that if you agree with his talk, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with you if you agree that the black woman is God and that she is the mother of all things. Listen, if that's your opinion, I'm not going to try to change your opinion. But if you endorse the way he is expressing his opinion, I can't help you. Jimmy in Dallas, $5, says, my dog is white too. Yeah, that was funny as hell. Agree and amplify. Let's continue.
Yeah, I would see he's checking out of here.
Yeah, totally.
Fresh, come back. I'm looking at the request. There we go, Fresh. Bring you back.
I'll let Fresh test it first, and I guess I can go after.
Hey, man, like I was saying, how old are you? 70 years old, nigga? Anyhow,
no, bro.
I got a white-ass dog right here. You're saying I don't date black women, right? Bro, I'm from Barbados, bro. My whole life, basically, I was dating black chicks. So your assumption, based off of like, oh, these guys are celebrities and they don't like, they're cockers always whatever.
I disagree with what Fresh is doing here. Fresh does not owe this dude. He doesn't owe this nigga an explanation. Mm-mm. He doesn't owe him that at all. If I were Fresh, I'd have kept on with the, hey, my dog is white, my walls are white, hell, my eyeballs are white. I even eat crackers, Malik. What you gonna do about that?
Bro, at the same time, I respect your opinion, but you don't know us. So for you to say that, I just find it hysterical because you're assuming based off of a clip. Now, okay. I don't know what you date. I don't care what you date.
There you go.
None of my business.
There you go.
So, what you gonna say, bro? Because you're talking a lot of shit right now, bro.
Okay. So, Fresh handled that quite well.
Yeah.
He handled that quite well. So, listen, man, I don't know what you did. I don't know who you did. Hey, none of my business. It is what it is. But he took the high road and said, listen, I respect your opinion. You see, Mr. Shabazz, had he done this maybe 6 or 7 months ago, he might have gotten the response that he wanted. But, of course, the Abba and Preach situation, the Anna Quinn situation, Miss Cheeks, all that, like, Myron and Fresh are battle-tested. They know what not to step in. They know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
Bro, what I'm doing is I'm being on point, bro. I hear clearly what you're saying.
No, Mr. Lewis, you're not being on point. You're on here acting like a woman.
You don't like black women. They're not your preference, and you equate black women.
Well, wait a minute. You don't like... No. Just because I don't date black women doesn't mean I don't like them. Just like I said, I don't hate you. I just don't date you. So what he's trying to say is that if you don't date black women, then you must hate black women.
That doesn't make any sense.
That makes no sense. But of course, just like you said, that's a logical... Yeah.
I mean, we're hood. Everything black to you is hood. Because maybe you've been rejected.
There's Hero on the screen.
All your life because you're so black and you got that big broad nose and you look like
a
original African.
Oh my goodness.
Statue.
Unbelievable.
And then you want to get away.
Listen to this.
Now, I don't know what you date. I don't care what you date.
Wow.
None of my business. So
listen to
bro,
this.
you're talking a lot of shit right now, bro.
This is crazy.
Bro, what I'm doing is I'm being on point, bro. I hear clearly what you're saying. You don't like black women. They're not your preference. And you equate black women with hood. Everything black to you is hood. Because maybe you've been rejected all your life because you're so black and you got that big broad nose and you look like an original African black statue. And then you want to get away from all the insults you suffered all your life because you're so... Whatever they was calling you, now you want to get away from black, brother. But it's your job now to embrace yourself. You got to love yourself for the first time in your life. And you show that by loving your black woman.
No, I don't have to love... Listen, I love 3 black women in my life. My mother and my 2 sisters. That's it. And, of course, aunts and you know, my grandmother, God rest her soul. Right? But, again, for this dude to suggest that, hey, show that you love yourself by dating... No. Listen, man, if I have a preference, that's my preference. I can date who I want for whatever reason I want. Just like you said attraction cannot be negotiated. What this dude is trying to do is he's trying to shame them for their preference. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think because they have such a large audience, he's afraid that they're going to influence other black men to step away from dating black women.
Oh, but black men don't need black.
There you go.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to tell you what. That's a very good point. But young black men do not need other black men to show them why they could possibly stop dating sisters. Sisters do a great job of that all by themselves.
He started out by saying athletes and entertainers, once they become successful, the first thing that they do is stop dating black women. So
you want to know why that is? Because the more clout, because the more clout, the more success you have, the more options you have in women. Right? Mm-hmm. And listen, man, if listen, you can love your beautiful black queens and all this other kind of stuff. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Black women in this country are at the bottom of the sexual totem pole. They're at the bottom of the sexual totem pole for many reasons, but it has nothing to do with the way they look, guys. I hate to disappoint you, but black women, as far as attraction are concerned, and I've said this before, body type, body-wise, they could corner the market. No, the problem is that 80% of black women are overweight or morbidly obese. A good number of them, I don't even want to say most of them, but enough of them are masculine, think they're the heads of household, they're combative, they want to argue all the time. Enough of them embody these traits to where, listen, if you're a black man and you get any measure of clout, why in the world would you get with a woman that's not your type? It makes absolutely no sense. We as black men, we're the... does this happen in the white community? Do white guys get shamed from the white community for dating outside their race?
Not that I'm aware of.
My white guys in the audience, and in the comments as well, do any other race of people, and I'm not asking this facetiously, because I'm sure that there are probably other cultures or races who, I don't know, maybe Indian men, Indian women, do they get shamed for wanting white girls? I don't know. But the more money, clout, success you have, the more options you have in women. And if the most successful black men are choosing non-black women, that's not their problem. That sounds like a black woman problem. If people are not choosing you when they have a choice, then you guys see the issue with that. Sisters, if you're not getting chosen, that's not the chooser's problem. What's wrong with him? He got a little bit of money, now he's with a white girl? That's not his problem, sweetheart. That's a you problem. Oops.
You don't show that by being a tom and a stool pigeon, because them white women gonna leave you. Soon as your yacht run aground, they leaving you because they don't want you for you. They want you for whatever you can do, brother.
Oh, so black women are the only race of woman that loves men for men. Is that what I'm hearing? It sounds like he's virtue signaling. So I guess according to Shabazz, black women don't love men for what they can do for them. what are your thoughts on that? I mean, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
I mean, that's if black women are the only ones offering unconditional love, then what are we doing?
Jesus Christ.
Go snatch them up.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
They're the only ones. Every other woman, conditional love.
Yeah. Every other woman, conditional love. And you can see Fresh is getting he's getting a kick out of this.
And you're an example, black man. I mean, we saying you're an example, black man. Crack jokes, but crack on this cracker. That's what we want to see you crack on.
Okay, so they want Myron and Fresh to spew racial slurs against crackers. Okay, all right.
They're not.
Okay.
They're not in the racial business.
No,
Period, so.
no, they're in the they're in the content creation business. RPAP says, Donovan, the easiest way to explain the most shame a man would face dating outside of his race. Remember when Jeff from 90 Day Fiancé was telling Mary about going to Russia to meet Varya, and Mary got all in a huff and said, quote, "Why Russia? Why isn't an American woman good enough? Why am I not good enough? That is about the maximum shame we'll face." Okay, all right. I'm gonna tell you what, man. We as black men, I'll tell you what.
The only reason she said that was she was just saying
she likes Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
she wanted
why
Jeff.
Do you want someone from around the world when you got someone right here?
Exactly. Ease Chill, $5 says, this must be that new Black Panther party that hosted the BET Awards, maybe. Jimmy in Dallas says, my eyeballs are white, my walls are white, my eyeballs are white, I even eat crackers on occasion. He liked that. That was funny. Mark Martin, $5 says, Mr. Shabazz is an irrational man that wants to argue in bad faith. He could have come at this a whole different way. Scotty S has never been shamed for my preference. There you go. Mr. J, says, forgot to do it this time. Is he being respectful?
Nope.
Was the power of the sign language strong?
Yep.
Was it professional?
Nope.
Was he acting like a woman?
Yep.
Did he give any strong points?
Nope.
Should he continue?
Oh, hell no.
But we will let him anyway.
You're making derogatory white people, and that's okay. Like, straight up. He said, like, we're gonna make jokes on everyone. And, oh, you're putting down the black woman. Real talk, with all due respect, this is how you look right now. Fucking car world, bro. This is how you look, bro.
Got you by the toe, and I ain't gonna let you go, Myron.
Look, the guy in the upper left-hand corner, he looks pissed. Yet, when Shabazz was spewing all those racial slurs, he almost looked pleased.
How you look like?
Come on, Myron.
Oh,
You got it wrong, brother.
How else are you supposed to respond to that, right? I mean,
Brother Myron, we see every athlete, every entertainer, soon as they get a few pennies, they running after white folks. Soon as you get a few pennies, and we see it.
As soon as you get a few pennies, we running after white folks. Well, he meant white girls. No, Mr. Listen, I didn't choose white girls, Shabazz. White girls chose me.
Academy Awards. We see it on the football field. And somebody...
See that? We see it on the Academy Awards. We see it on the football field. So what he is talking about is he is complaining that as soon as a black man makes it, as soon as a black man gets any measure of clout, status, fame, wealth, he goes running to white people. Just like I said before, Dev, the more money, status, clout you have, the more options you have.
Yeah.
And the more options you have, the more selective you can be. So again, if sisters are complaining that brothers who actually make it aren't picking them, listen, whatever helps you sleep at night, that's not their problem. No, sweetheart. That's a you problem. If your own people, if brothers who make it aren't picking black women, that's not a black man problem. That's not a money problem. He wants out. He's got to go potty.
He has to stand up here on this show tonight and say that we love the original woman, the black woman. We love that Sudanese woman, that African woman. That's who we love. That's who we embrace. That's who we want. We don't want nothing else.
Black Lemur just nailed it. Says most black football players have black wives. That's exactly right.
Right.
Dude, 94% of black men 94% of black men who are married to black women. So what's the problem? Well, he just told us what the problem is. They don't have a problem with the bottom 90. They don't have a problem with the 94% who are married to black women. No. That 6% is the top 6%. Okay? Him, just like every other sister out there, they're mad that once brothers make it, they don't choose black women. Listen, most black men are with black women. So what's the problem?
Somebody has to be strong in this hour. Yo, you got the right mask on, goddammit. You got the right mask on.
I'm chasing this white dog too, bro.
Oh, a white man, a white mask on, a white dog with these.
See, now Shabazz is laughing because even he understands that Fresh showing the white dog. That's he knows.
Dog with the white toy.
Right. He's like, yo, that's some funny shit. Like even he can, in an honest moment. Okay, all right, he got me on that one.
A nigga's like, what? Cause you right now. Oh, really?
I tell you, man.
Black coffee, no sugar, no cream.
Man, look, I'm trying to tell you.
Look, Shabazz is amused. I think he knows this is funny.
I'll be on the lookout. I'm telling this audience.
I'm fooling.
Black Power movement and the new Black Panther Party are going to put a stop to this kind of activity. I'm guaranteeing you.
There we go. The new Black Panther Party is going to put a stop to this activity. So listen, if anything does happen to Fresh and Fit, this is a not so thinly veiled threat.
Yeah, this guy sounds mentally ill.
I'm going to give you my final thoughts on him. Lily, $5, says, you know what else is white? After the Coming. Yeah, right. Mike Sinatra, $5, says, I bet Shabazz don't want that Minister Jap smoke, though, church. Oh, no, he does not want that. Oh, no. Anti-Gravity, 74. Holy moly. Wow, haven't seen you in here in a while. Member for 16 months. Says Dr. Malik roasts Fresh and Fit was hilarious. I was dying. Yeah, this was just absolutely nutty.
He's like, nah, like you're a clown, bro. We got to show that we got to do. Like, you're a fucking joke, bro.
Have you ever heard of Paul Mooney?
Your new name is Pennywise, okay?
Do you see why Myron and Fresh are laughing at him? Because he acted like an idiot. If he had come on there, man, Walter farted again.
He's not even in here, and it's not me.
Jesus. The reason why Myron and Fresh aren't taking him seriously is because he didn't come at them. Well, he came at them as seriously as he wanted to. He didn't come at him like a man. He came at him like a bitch, spewing all sorts of samba. What did he call him? The Sambo of Sudan. And the ironing board back in Melanoa, all kinds of just crazy. Dude, he's spewing racial slurs I ain't even heard of. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck a Sambo is.
Name is Pennywise, bro.
All right, bro, I got you, man. I got you checkmated right here, black man.
Oh yeah, totally.
Listen, man. Peace on to you. Peace to the saints.
I'm gonna leave it back to Rod Greg.
All right, thank you, brothers, for joining.
You are two jet black, crispy black, wide nose, super black to be talking like this. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I got to go.
What?
All right, thank you both.
Wow. Listen to this. I'm
gonna leave it back to Rod Greg.
All right, thank you, brothers, for joining.
You are two jet black, crispy black, wide nose, super black to be talking.
He said super black.
Like this, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I got to go.
Look at Fresh flashing that $1 million smile.
Thank you both. All right, brother Fresh. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Peace.
Wow.
Oh boy. So initial thoughts.
He's a very ugly human being.
He's just angry.
I don't know. The whole racism thing makes me uncomfortable. I grew up in South Florida. That is a melting pot. You got a little bit of everything in equal parts down there. So I don't get it.
I do get it. I'm just going to call it like it is.
All right, do it.
Malik Shabazz, he's racist. It's clear that he's racist.
Mm-hmm.
who he's racist against is kind of hard to pinpoint because he insulted everyone. But guys who talk like Malik Shabazz, he is a racist. A lot of he's almost acting. It's almost like they're the black version of the KKK. That's really. You know what? You want to know something? Malik Shabazz is not only a racist. Malik Shabazz is a black supremacist. We talk about white supremacy in this country all the time, right? And it absolutely exists. But there's also black supremacy. If there was any doubt in your mind as to whether or not black supremacists exist, Malik Zulu Shabazz just confirmed that for you. Now, being a black supremacist is not against the law. Being a racist is not against the law. Malik Shabazz believes very strongly in what he preaches, what he teaches. I'm not knocking the guy for that. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not going to insult him for calling the black woman God. If that's what he wants to do, cool, man. He obviously feels very strongly about it. He was raised by a black mother, introduced to the Muslim church, all that good stuff. But the way he conducted himself on this interview was nothing short of embarrassing. It's one thing to have a spirited debate or discussion about talking points, but that's not what he wanted to do. All he did was just hurl insults, not only at Myron and Fresh. He insulted white people, he insulted black people, he insulted Sudanese people. I mean, again, I'm not bagging the guy for believing what he believes in, but the way he conducted himself is an absolute embarrassment. This man is a racist and he is a black supremacist. And if you endorse, not his line of thinking, but if you endorse his tact or strategy there, that is absolutely a you problem. What you got, Dev? Oh, I thought you were getting ready to say something.
I'm listening attentively.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy in Dallas, $5, says he didn't come correct at all. Listen, he came at him like a bitch. He really, really did. Black Wolf Inc. says, is Shabazz acting like a simp?
Yep.
Is he making his point?
Nope.
Is the sign language strong?
Yep.
Will he be invited to Fresh and Fit?
Nope.
His cap.
Over 9,000.
Shout out to Black Wolf Inc. Jimmy in Dallas, another $5. Says he's racist against every person except black people that agree with him. Dude. Basil Denson, $2, says Fresh and Fit should have hung up. I would have. No, I think dude, they could not have handled that any better.
Let him go. This guy, like, to make an analogy, that guy reminds me of, like, if there's a white person who has freckles and gets kicked out of the KKK because they're not white enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He's like, what are we doing? You're so black. You have to agree with me.
He called him super crispy, super black. Like Myron, like what Myron and Fresh did is they exposed Shabazz for what he is.
Yeah,
which is a racist. And again, there's nothing wrong with nothing wrong. It's not against the law to be a racist. Okay? But Shabazz is absolutely a racist, and he is a black supremacist. So however you feel about white supremacy, guess what? You need to have that same feeling about black supremacy. And listen, man, some people will say, well, listen, there's got to be black supremacy because there was white supremacy. Listen, whatever your reason, I'm good with. I don't care. Believe whatever you want to believe. But Malik Zulu Shabazz acted like a bitch. He acted like a bitch. He embarrassed himself, and he embarrassed the new Black Panther Party. He really, really did. He really, 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 really did. Boy, hell of a show tonight. Hang on a second. There we go. Heck of a show tonight, guys. I appreciate all of the support. RPAP on the Sharpstream side says, as an outsider to the black community, a big problem I see, the black community does seem to require I'm sorry, let me start that again. The black community does seem to require this absolute purism where if you aren't 100% black, you're almost less of a member to them. Whereas in other communities, the people that think like that are the fringe groups that make news for hate crimes and are shunned by society. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, that was bad. That was really bad.
Absolutism, purism, all of these extremes are bad no matter what side you decide to focus on.
Crazy, man. RPAP says, them blondes with that buttermilk complexion. Yeah, man, I'm going to tell you what. RPAP says, no, he didn't insult Native Americans, Latinos, or Asians. Oh, okay. He says, but I did learn several new racial slurs. Yeah, absolutely. Hellfongs, that was RPAP's answer. He said, why is there such a purist mentality within the black community? I don't think it's a purist mentality. I think that if you show any dissension against the community, they'll pick something out about you and try to disqualify you. Right. So he just called Fresh super crispy black. So I mean, like, what's the right shade of black? I mean, I don't know. Mr. E1976 says Donovan rules and Devin rocks. Appreciate that. Dre Raven on the Sharp Stream site says, I've got to get my pink toes iron and board ass to the gym in a few minutes. Fantastic show today. Absolutely.
Well, if I ever create an Instagram account, I know what to call it now.
What, Pinkfoot?
Pink toe.
Pink toe? Pink toe? Who's your boyfriend going to be if you do that?
I don't know. Maybe this guy,
Malik Zulu Shabazz?
Yeah.
Shabazz, my girl is shooting a shot.
Yeah.
My girl, I'll tell you what though, if you were to hit on Malik Shabazz, he'd crumble like a fucking cookie. He'd crumble like a. You wouldn't let him tap that ass?
Nah. I only have eyes for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Pierre Fitzberg says crabs in a bucket mentality. Alpha male says true, it still exists, but for the most part society has corrected racism so much to the point where people get in their panties in the twist when Myron says something like we don't dabble in the dark, you know. Jay Blaze says Donovan, the best way to piss white women off is to date an Asian. I've heard that white girls feel about Asians the same way black women feel about white women.
Really?
That's what I'm hearing. Man, that's crazy.
I don't think it happens often enough for white women to really care, does it?
I don't know. They call it yellow fever, I guess.
I don't know.
I guess, yes. So Malik, listen, man, send your dick pics to at Devin Sharp.
No, pink toe.
Pink toe, yeah, at pink toe. J Body, $20. Appreciate that. Says, as a black man, I've been saying for a long time that some of the most racist people in America is my fellow black people. Listen, man, O'Shea Duke Jackson said this a long time ago, and I agree with him. The most racist people in America are white men and black women. Well, it appears that guys like Malik Zulu Shabazz make a pretty good case for black men. Yeah, dude, like, ay. That is going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Tomorrow is a very, very busy day. 9 a.m. Eastern, Tallulah. 1 p.m. Eastern is going to be Allie. There we are. And 3 p.m. Eastern will be Pearl. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Understanding women and increasing your dating success starts with Donovan Sharp's massive collection of award-winning books and courses. Get off to a fast start and jumpstart your masculine renaissance with the 49 Laws of Sharp. The 49 Laws of Sharp is the perfect quick start guide for any man new to this community looking for the answers that keep them up at night after a bad experience with a woman. So many men ask themselves, why did she cheat? How could I not see this coming? Why did I miss the signs? And how can I avoid this in the future? The 49 Laws of Sharp will answer these questions and many more. This will give you a rock-solid foundation upon which to build, develop, and cultivate your newfound identity, and put you miles ahead of your competition. Most men have never had access to this valuable information, let alone understand and apply it. But the 49 Laws of Sharp will give you an unfair advantage over men and women. This treasure trove of valuable knowledge is available in audio, video, ebook, and paperback. Next, supplement your newly acquired foundational knowledge, supercharge your dating life with Donovan's 25-hour course, How to Master the Game. How to Master the Game will teach you the ins and outs of the player life, overcoming approach anxiety, identifying women who you want to approach, text game, first date principles and logistics, avoiding the friend zone, and so much more will be covered extensively. Also included are the bonus podcasts that will cover how to dress, Tinder game, and much more. Put simply, How to Master the Game will turn you into a stone-cold assassin with the ladies. Available in video and audio format. If you're not the kind of guy who wants to live the bachelor life, or you've had your fill of the player life and are looking for something a little more fulfilling, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up is a must. Donovan's 5-part, 7-hour audio course will show you step-by-step how to find, cultivate, and sustain a solid, healthy relationship. Everything from selecting the right woman, to coaching and correction, to what to do between the sheets. How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up will guide you through the entire process of building the kind of woman you want and need. The strategies and techniques in this course are exactly what Donovan does in his own relationship to this day. And he is living proof that women can be beneficial to men provided they have the right instruction. And finally, the ultimate weapon all men are looking for in terms of being able to read and understand women, Donovan Sharp's revolutionary, one-of-a-kind course that has been called the Cheat Code, Womanese. Womanese is the first and only course of its kind that gives men the raw and honest truth about what women really mean when they communicate verbally. Womanese translates female communication with shocking accuracy and has changed the dating lives and relationships of men the world over. So many men have avoided disaster because of the preciseness and sheer volume of material in this course, which contains over 600 translations. How cool would it be to be able to see through a woman's BS and act accordingly right then and there, rather than getting blindsided when it's too late? What would it be like to have the ability to read a woman like a book based only on what she says? These abilities will be at your disposal with Womanese. Women won't be able to lie to you, cheat on you, deceive you, or take advantage of you. The time and money you'll save pays for the course almost immediately. Womanese is available in video, audio, ebook, and paperback format and can be purchased one volume at a time or all at once. Men in his community often state that the best investment a man can make is in himself. Donovan's extensive educational materials will take your life to the next level. And the only place you can get this life-changing knowledge is tsracademy.com. Link in description.